Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. Guys. What's going on? What's going on? Had started a little late today. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, guys, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. You know? I hope you guys' week has been going too crazy. So we all know what Thursday means.
You can't handle the truth.
Guys. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All you guys that are new to the channel, you guys, I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen Courtroom Madness or realize why I do the show, right? But guys, man, Courtroom Madness is done because these guys, they're not, RP guys like us, right? So they don't understand how biased every single court system is against men, right? And guys, here, we're going to start with UFC Fighter first. But let's look at this guy here, right? Let's see here. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. Let's see. Michael's here. What's up, dude? He says these chicks claim to be strong and independent, but without here, divorced. Divorced their ex-husband to get child support. Facts. Yep. He says we're done with this pointless dating and egotistical Western modern through a force. Yeah. And guys, honestly, like, I don't think people really. There was this girl who they showed, and they were saying like Orange Juice had like 12 and a half. Like he just got on TikTok, or was it whatever? It had like 12.5 million followers, and Knucklehead Kamala only had 6 million or 5 million. You know what I'm saying? Yikes! And no, Michael, I didn't see Michelle Obama trying to shame black women. I don't even care about that knucklehead. Anyways, John Carlo, what's up, dude? Rajai, how's it going, man? How's it going? It's good to see you as usual, my friend. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Solomon Grundy, what's up, man? John Carlo, dude, you know what, man? You can't watch people's content because you're busy doing stuff. Hey, man, it is what it is, guys. I'm dropping a video tonight about these chicks and their moronic political opinions, right? I should have been dropping those this whole time, but I think I'm gonna drop a bunch of those until the election. Guys, this chick is trying to say that she doesn't understand how anyone can be apolitical. But if you're a guy and you're working 12 hours a day and going to school, or maybe you're in the army and you don't have time to worry about politics. You know what I'm saying? This 304 cannot fathom the fact that there's people out there, or you're a guy who's just checked out. You're just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Insane. Yeah, a lot of knuckleheaded 304s might have the ability to freaking worry about a lot of this foolishness, right? But all in all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, might lean conservative or independent, but a lot of guys, I don't want to say it's okay to not vote, but I understand, So, all right, guys, let's look at this guy. Because this guy here is saying that the court, it's just dawning on him that the that the child support court is biased. Okay?
Feel that because I'm a male in Texas and I was just trying to put a female in Texas on child support, the system just did what they wanted with the paperwork. Because when she filed, it was within 60 days, my paychecks were garnished.
A contested hearing, but we just have one issue, Your Honor. The parties have come to an agreement on almost all of it. Your Honor, their agreements is split custody, where
what does that mean?
Where there's two children. One child, Mia, lives with dad, and one child, Dominic, lives with mom. Parties agreed for joint major conservatorship as to Mia. Um, Dominic, the prior order, where both children with mom, there already exists joint managing conservatorship for Dominic. So as to Mia, joint managing conservatorship, as to Mia, as to Mia and Dominic.
What was the prior order for Mia?
The prior order that has both kids joint managing conservatorship is from 2013.
Whiteout, dude. What's up, man? Steve M, what's up, dude? Dude, Yorgos, it's from Greece, man. Yorgos, you know what? Here, let me just get your I'm gonna plug Yorgos' Instagram here in a second because guys, he sent me some really cool artwork recently that was really good. Let me do that here in a second.
It was signed on September 11, 2013, and we ask that you take judicial notice of that order.
I take judicial notice of the prior order. It looks like the mother was appointed the conservator with the right to determine the primary residence with no joint managing conservators. It's like a standard possession order. Looks like his name was totally different.
Agreed also to geographic no restrictions, just like the 2013 order.
Okay, testimony.
The health and dental, they've agreed that mom will carry through another source on both children, Dominic and Mia, and she's not seeking reimbursement. The parties have also agreed, as of today, since one child lives with dad, one child lives with mom, that as of today, no child support be paid like an offset. And also, at this time, the state abandons its child support arrearage request.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
So you're just not requesting a judgment? Is that what that means?
Correct. We're abandoning it. In our notice of change of status, we asked for child support judgment, and we're abandoning that request.
Okay.
And that's the extent of the agreement, Your Honor. I'd call.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions, but before we get to that, what is the issue?
The issue is child support.
Yeah, Steve. You notice that? You notice that he calls himself Deadpool Gambino. Hey guys, I dropped the link to join the panel in the Discord. Guys, we always do the first 45 minutes for Discord members only. Okay? And guys, I do drop the Discord. It's in my about and in the description to my videos now. So guys, always choose to join the Discord, okay?
Support for the 2 years or a year and a half, and I'll ask Mr. Gambino that he had both kids. He's wanting child support during that time.
He should get child support.
That's the issue. That's the sole
What's wrong with
issue
that?
for him, not for us.
Okay. I have a few questions before you start taking testimony. So it looks like these children are about 2 years apart, 1.5 apart. So there's going to be time when the oldest one emancipates and it will just be the younger child. Are they agreeing to no child support during that time too? Just to clarify, so there's no, oops, I didn't think about that when they leave today.
No, they're not agreeing to that. They're just agreeing at this time that there'll be no offset or
So
child.
is that the dispute? Is the dispute for in the past or in the future? I'm confused.
The past.
So both the past and the future, there's no agreement on.
Correct.
And then I think
The future they could always modify. The issue is the past.
what are they agreeing to write in the order today?
They're in agreement not to put child support because they each have one child in their possession.
How old is the oldest child?
He's going to be 18 in December, but doesn't graduate until next year.
Okay, so given that that's not so far away, but rather than put a modification like on next year's docket, why don't we confirm what they're doing? And then Mike, I have a question about visitation. I'm not sure what the visitation was for Dominic, but assuming that each has a standard possession order, the children won't be together ever because they'll both have the first, third, and fifth weekends. Is that what they're doing? Or did I misunderstand?
Now, guys, let's see. Where are we here? Jonathan, what's up, dude? Gregory's here. What's up, man? Hey, guys, man. Yorgis, he made some artwork for the channel that I'm going to drop in my community tab. But, guys, check him out on Instagram, dude. Right? Guys, here's his Instagram. Guys, please go over here and drop him a follow, okay? Because, guys, his artwork is really, really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Yorgi, you start dropping some stuff in English, man. But look at this. Look at that, dude. It's pretty cool, man. Look at that. So yeah, his artwork's really, really, really good. I'm gonna drop what he sent me on my community tab here pretty soon, so you guys can see it. Guys, please get on the Instagram and then drop him a follow. Okay, cool.
It's going to be the split standard possession order.
I don't know what a split standard possession order is. Is that a standard form?
Your Honor, I can elicit testimony as to how they want their possession access.
Okay. I guess you may proceed with those.
All right, let's
Question.
get through this.
Which child lives with you, ma'am?
Dominic.
Okay. And which child lives with dad?
Mia.
Okay. And you're in agreement as to this split possession?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the visitation right now with Mia?
We typically run every other weekend with Mia, unless she wants to come more. So there's never really a restriction on it. But she'll come every other weekend. I always pick her up and drop her off.
Every other weekend. Okay. And that works well with you and dad?
Yes.
Okay. And you cover both children.
All right, let's go ahead, guys.
Record?
Deadpool Gambino.
Mr. Gambino, I know it's been a second, but did you hear and understand
Wait, he actually calls himself Deadpool Gambino.
when I read into the record?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mia lives with you, right, sir?
Right.
And how old is Mia?
She's 16.
Okay. And y'all have agreed to
This
geographic.
lawyer's name is Gary Darkamangian. I think he's Armenian, right? Darkamangian. Yeah, I think so.
Being no restrictions, right?
Right.
And why is that?
Because neither of us have a inkling to move out of state or anywhere where it would be detrimental to the kids. And if we did, we would discuss it with the other parties and also assist in the visitation. Like I told you, I had thoughts of moving to San Antonio over the past 2 years. And if that was happen, the plan is for visitation, I drive at least halfway or alternate pick up and drop off because I would be the one wanting to move out of this area. We've always, to the best of our ability, tried to compromise as far as our visitation and pickup. Like when she moved out to Crosby and I stayed in the general area, she came about halfway most of the time when it was time to pick up and drop off. And then when Mia originally lived with her and Dominic lived with me, we had it alternating every other time, pick up and drop off, or I would pick up then drop off and then she would pick up and drop off. or if it was a case where we couldn't do the back-to-back, we would assist one another. So I don't feel that there's a geographic restriction needed because, one, again, I don't think any of us are planning on moving crazy.
Oh, guys. So this guy, this Deadpool Gambino guy, right? He's a social media person, an aspiring actor, and he drives around on his motorcycle to meet kids and go to children's hospitals dressed up like Deadpool. That's why they call him. His name is Evo Gambino, right? And he goes around dressed like Deadpool. That's okay. I was like, why does this guy call himself Deadpool Gambino? Right? Voyage Houston Magazine. There he is. There he is. Look at that. So he is Houston Deadpool. This is him. So yeah, he drives around dressed like Deadpool on his motorcycle. And he's like a local celebrity in Houston, I guess. But he's a former special forces guy in the military. So, okay.
Be out of the area. I like the area I'm in. The kids like it. She likes the area she's in. Her family's, I'm assuming, happy where they're at. And like I said, if there was a plan to move, that would be a discussion. Hey, Mia wants to go to school here. Dom wants to go to school there, or whatever the case may be. But as of right now, there's no thought or intent of moving anywhere outside of it.
So this guy was 29 back in 2022. So you figure he's what, 31 now? How old is this chick that he had kids with? Yikes, dude. She looks terrible.
The greater Houston area.
Well, if you don't have any intention of moving, then why not request Galveston and contiguous areas?
We don't even live in Galveston. That was when we did live in Galveston. We were sent there. I live in Fort Bend County, and I'm not sure what county she lives in, but we were told this case has to go back to y'all guys' county because that's where the original order was.
Okay. Sir, do you have any safety concerns?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Okay. Right now, the way it is, where you have one child and she has one child, you're not requesting any type of offset in child support, correct?
No, sir. I don't need to pay her for my son, and she doesn't need to pay me for our daughter.
There you go, dude. You are an idiot. You are an idiot, right, guys? If you have full custody of that broad, she should be paying you child support.
We both have a kid. We're both basically out essentially the same expenses of a child in high school.
Okay. Your Honor, I passed the witness.
Okay. I don't understand what the disputes are.
Here we go. Here it is.
The state does not represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance to speak. Please be aware I don't understand what the dispute is because I haven't heard any evidence of disputes. Ma'am, I would like to know what part of Texas you live in, because I have no idea. And I guess I'll start with you, ma'am. Is there anything else you'd like to let me know? And again, please do let me know where you live.
The dispute he has is that he had both kids for a year and 6 months. And he wants back pay for that. Now, in
Which he
junior
should get.
high, I had Bubba and Mia both for, 4.5 months when Dominic lived with me. And then while Dominic and Mia both were with him, I still bought all their school clothes, their shoes, but he's seeking back child support. And in the paperwork over here, it mentioned medical and dental, at which time Mia has always been fully covered. And Dominic, at the time, I was told by him, was covered by his second ex-wife on medical and dental. So I did not worry about Dominic at the time. So pretty much he's wanting back support for all of that.
Okay. What part of town do you live in, ma'am? Are you in Harris County, Fort Bend County, Galveston County, the other part of Texas?
I'm sorry.
What part of Texas do you live in? What county?
I'm in Harris County, where I live.
Mr. Gambino, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, Your Honor. When the original order was put in 2013, we were still legally married, and she had lived with me up until some point in time around the 2012, 2013 mark.
Jeez,
when
guys, I'm
I was
sorry.
put on.
Guys, oh, yeah. Dude, the chick on the bottom right, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta translate for you.
Child support. Both children resided with me and her, and she lived with me for about 6 months while I was on child support until she relocated elsewhere. Then fast forward to 2018. That's when my son and daughter said they wanted to come live with me. They lived with me for a couple months, and then my daughter decided she wanted to go back and live with her mom. At that time, we made the agreement, since I have a kid and she has a kid, neither of us need to pay child support for any of the children, since we're both supporting one fully. And that's when the original child support order had came to an end. Now we fast forward to the 2020 2023 school year, when my daughter moved in with me. I then had my son and daughter full time, and that's what I was asking for child support for, the time that I had both children. Just like when she had both children, she was paid child support. I was only asking for the same fair treatment. I submitted the paperwork back in the middle of 2023, but in my opinion, I feel that because I'm a male in Texas and I was just trying to put a female in Texas on child support, the system just did what they wanted with the paperwork, because when she filed, it was within 60 days my paychecks were garnished, and it took over a year for my case to even do anything. And that's why we're now at the end of.
Funny how that works, right, guys? Look at that. Right there, guys. He said, wait a minute, why is it when she put me on child support, it took 2 months and all of a sudden they're garnishing my check, but then when I put him for child support against her, it took an entire year. Right? Guys, this guy, he's getting red pilled in real time, right? Because he somehow thinks the system's fair. Hoagie, what's up, dude? Keo's here. Brian's here. What's up, guys? Well, guys, I'm telling you. Guys, I know that we kind of live in our, like, RP kind of, like, land, right? You know what I mean? But, guys, this is one of... And you know, the more, like... It's kind of hard to look at people that are this blue pill, that are this, like, out of touch, and realize, like, yo, there's a lot of guys out there that are this clueless, right? Right? This guy right here, because I can guarantee you this female judge with these glasses is not gonna take is not gonna listen to anything he has to say. Right? And then this guy is gonna finally realize.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
2024, and I filed for assistance in the middle of 2023. But like I stated, the only thing I'm requesting was just the times that I had Dominic and Mia both living with me. He did decide to move back with his mother around Easter this year. That Easter vacation, he had packed his stuff and moved in with mom. So from that point on, I don't wish for any kind of money, because she had him just like I had her. But the only thing I was requesting was the times that I just had both children, which was her high school year, our freshman and sophomore year.
Okay. don't have a legal basis to do that, sir. There's no arrears in this case, at least based on the pleading, unless arrears have come up since then, and I don't know how they would because the prior order set support at 0.
Well, that was the paperwork that I filed in 2023 was requesting for child support because I had both of them.
And if you could let me finish, sir. I don't address paperwork. I'm not the Attorney General's office.
Of course you
I address
don't.
pleading. And it takes time for pleadings to get filed and people to be served. And so 2023 to 2024 is actually not bad in terms of time frame for this to happen, from what I see. But that being said, there's no offset for me to give you. You were both served with these pleadings. I'm not even sure. Were served, sir. So both of you didn't make an appearance until today, so I can't go back in time to modify anything. Even if I could, it would only be to September because it was only filed in August. So I just don't see a legal basis to do what you're asking. I can modify, I can approve your agreements, but I don't see a legal basis to do what you're asking unless I'm misunderstanding.
Of course not. Of course not.
I'm going to.
There you go.
I'm going to make my rendition. I'm going to approve your agreements. However, I am going to order a residency restriction for both of you to the state of Texas, and I'm going to approve that Mr. Gambino is a joint managing conservator with the right to determine the primary residence of Mia within the state of Texas. I'm going to order that I'm sorry, what was your name again? I know it was an A.
Avalos, Amanda Avalos.
Ms. Avalos is the joint managing conservator with the right to determine the primary residence of Dominic within the state of Texas. I guess you're both I'm ordering both of you have standard possession orders. The first part is that you'll all work together as mutually agreed. So hopefully you will do that because I do believe these orders will conflict. I'm going to order that Ms. Avalos provide health insurance and dental support through another source and not order any reimbursement at the time. I'm also ordering neither of you pay child support at this time.
There you go.
Part of why I'm agreeing
Getting
to that
boned.
Once Dominic emancipates, you will still have Mia, but she'll be paying for the insurance at that time.
Clown world, right there, guys.
So I'm going to
I
order
have
no
Mia on
child-
Medicaid already, Your Honor.
Guys, I can't watch anymore. I can't. Now,
Guys, you got 20
all right, guys. So we're gonna get in UFC Fighter here, but guys, look at this. Really fast. Hold on. Do we want to do this short one here? Let's see.
And it was Dad's visitation. She would deny his visitation when he was supposed to have them and not even show up.
Now, guys,
We'll note for the record that
this one here, she's denying
the father
visitation.
is present. Ad litem that the court appointed to represent the children are present, but the mother who.
Hey guys, look, we can see this this judge's entire face. F YouTube, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Paul Hercules, what's up, man? Shan is here, what's up, man? Steve, what's going on? Good to see all you guys, man.
Was here earlier left. So at this time, I'll ask the state for an opening to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here. The court will determine whether or not it's something I can look at doing in a default and make it doing a final order or just doing a further temporary order. And I'll go ahead and ask the ad litem for an opening to tell the court what she's asking for in behalf of her clients and whether or not she's asking for a final or a further temporary order. So at this time, I'll start with the state and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. While the state would obviously like to finalize, I'm not sure that we can get there today based on the mother's absence. The temporary order did deal with current support from Mr. Malvo to Ms. Hayes, and so we have no problem with that continuing, except, Your Honor, for recent facts and circumstances, including the ad litem's recommendation, and I'll defer to her rather than steal her thunder. But the state also has no objection to making parties appear in person if it's the Zoom that's the issue in the matter.
All right, Ms. Gustafson.
Your Honor, this case.
Jesus. On the upper left, Miss Miss Gustafson.
Silly Jedi. Silly Jedi.
And the chick on the bottom representing the state. Guys, Angel's probably really busy out on the campaign trail right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is really concerning to me. Dad has been very cooperative, but since we were in court last time, he has had the children a lot. And what would happen is mom would drop kids off and text me and say, Dad is going to have the kids. And then in a couple of weeks, oh, the kids are going to be with her. And
look at that. So she dropped the kids off with the dad for weeks. Look at that, dude. Look at that.
And there's been 3 different addresses that mom has provided. And sometimes she would not even be, there's one address I don't think she ever lived with the kids. Dad has been at the same address. I know Dad had the kids 2 weeks in June, all of July, a good part of August. Mom, when she did have them and it was Dad's visitation, she would deny his visitation when he was supposed to have them and not even show up. Mom did not go. They're supposed to actually exchange the kids at the Clean Police Department. She would not, when she did show up to exchange the kids, she would never go to the police department. She insisted on meeting at Lions Park. Every time I would arrange to go see the kids at daycare, the kids wouldn't be at daycare. They would be missing for a week. The last time Mr. Malvo went to take the kids to daycare, he had to pay for 3 weeks of daycare because they had been released from the daycare because mom had not taken them to daycare for so long. I mean, I had asked for her to send me pictures of the kids at least because, there's been so many times I've tried to arrange to go out and actually set eyes on the kids. She only sent me pictures of one child. Mr. Malvo has taken me on a virtual tour of his home. It's appropriate. And now she's not here. And I tried to get a hold of her, I don't know how many times yesterday and the day before. No luck, but I did talk to her the day before that. So I am just extremely frustrated. She's had 2 different phone numbers. She has been in a shelter. She's lived with her sister. And that's all since April.
All right. Well, you can always, you represent the kids, and it's always in the best interest of the kids that visitations take place where the court orders. So you want to bring a motion for enforcement against the lady and get her with a show cause on that. I already hate to tell you to do this, but the Monday before Thanksgiving is when I'm setting up a live docket on Sapsters. And in fact, that's the only court date that week. It's going to be that Monday. That's not a skeleton crew day for OCA or the AG's office. So that probably the date I'll be looking at because again, it's not an enforcement docket. It's a SAPSR docket. But if you want to shoot for one of the enforcement dockets, well, that's going to be, I got one of those. Well, the one coming up on the first Wednesday of October is probably too fast, but the one coming up in mid-October might work. That's going to be the 16th. And then of course, again, I got the 6th of November as an enforcement docket. And like I said, that oh wow, that's way down the list there. The 25th is a SAPSR docket, but I think I got that November docket, that Wednesday November docket is Coryell County, so that's not going to work on the 20th. So yeah, but I got the 25th available for that day. So you got lots of dates you can choose from. I'll let you. Which one works probably for your schedule at this point, Ms. Gustafson?
Well, I mean, I can file a motion for enforcement against her, but what I'm concerned about really is the kids have really been more with Dad than Mom, and Dad's obligated to pay child support to Mom.
There you go.
He hadn't paid very well. So
No,
that's
he
the
has
problem.
What?
He
That's
has
the other problem.
not.
What does that matter? What does that matter? If he's taking care of the kids like weeks and weeks at a time. And guys, these are these judges. This is what the lead attorney tried to tell that knucklehead. Right? Well, I think Mr. take care of the right? Steve with $2 says never marry a adult dancer from Fort Hood, Killeen, Texas. Facts, dude. True advice has never been spoken, dude. Seriously.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
He has not, but you know,
And of course, the excuse I always hear, well, if I got my money, I wouldn't have to drop the children off all the time. I believe me. Ooh, if I had a few dollars each time I heard that, the judge would be driving something with a Mercedes star.
You are probably driving something with Mercedes star on it. This judge gets a percentage of all this child support money. What are you talking about, dude?
yes, I know. I am aware of that too, but it just it's just a little more than regular, I guess, that a little more than normal in this situation. I mean, I kind of felt that way in the beginning. So
Well, if you don't want to do the enforcement, you can always get her with a subpoena and let her know. If you don't show up on that subpoena, I'll ask the judge to issue a warrant for your arrest for failure to appear. And you're going to have to sit in the courtroom and wait your turn. If you get up and leave, then you will be the warrant will go out for your arrest for that. You don't want to do the enforcement part of it. But yeah, we definitely need to see what's going on here. And you can let her know that right now you would have a serious problem with recommending her as a party who's going to get final custody and have to pay, and she could end up being the party who loses custody and has to pay child support.
well, yes, because at this point I would feel more comfortable recommending that Mr. Malvo
All right.
had temporary custody, because right now they've started school and they've already been in two schools, is my understanding, since school started. The
Well,
one that's 5.
Well, again, right now there's no I think I had trouble doing that without a motion to change temporary joint management custody from her to him. But if you want to go ahead and file that and serve her with the subpoena and get her in here on either that middle October date or that first Wednesday in November date, which are enforcement dockets, but I'll be glad to hear those cases on either of those dates.
Okay.
But you know, my concern is, I would really like for you to do that on the mid-October one, because again, I don't think you don't have to give her 20 days notice. You only give her 3, but you do have to serve her.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And that could be a problem, but I will try my best.
Look at that,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Well, like I said, it sounds like it. So. Yeah, it does sound like it. That's the 16th.
What a joke. What an absolute joke. You know what I mean? Because let me drop the link for anyone who wants to come on up. Let's do this. Okay, let's see here. Now, guys, I dropped the link to some of this guy's fights in the Discord, guys.
Oh yeah,
But
right
guys,
here you can see the ESP.
this guy right here, right? Wait, let's go here.
UFC.com.
Okay, so guys, this guy right here is Jose Johnson, right? Guys, this guy is where did my thing go? He's a 6 foot tall flyweight, Clown World. 6 feet tall, and he fights at 125 pounds. Look at this, guys. Guys, my right leg weighs 125 pounds. Like, are you serious? I've weighed 125 pounds since I was in middle school. So he probably walks around like 140 pounds, right? Guys, there's no reason why a 6 foot tall guy should be fighting at 125 pounds. That's absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? Garrett Grant's in the building, man. What's going on, man? What is going on, man? With the $10, man. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for support, my friend. Yep.
Oh yeah, Absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
This is him. So his last fight he lost, I guess. I don't know if it was at 135 pounds or what, but hopefully he's not fighting at 125 pounds anymore. Because that is ridiculous. He's 6 foot tall. Guys, I'm 6'3", right? And there's no way that I could ever make it. Man, come on, dude. That is ridiculous. What was his last fight at? Let me see. Look at his record. Let's see here. Doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Let's see. No, but Tapology. So he is. What is he fighting at now? Yeah, he's still at flyweight. 6 foot tall, 120 pounds. Because that is absolute clown shoes, man. Like, what kind of coach lets their fighter cut that much weight? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It looks like, let's see, where is he now? So he lost his last fight, and now he has a fight coming up here soon. But yeah, guys, he's 6 foot tall and 125 pounds he fights at. That's crazy. Anyways, let's get into this.
Can you identify who that man is in the picture?
That is Alexandria's father. His last fight was June 15th.
And by the looks of her, she's a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting out of his weight class with this chick. You know what I'm saying?
2024. So just last month, he is an active fighter.
And this is in the interest of Campbell, minor child, non-state party being, that's just Zahak or Jahal, I'm sorry, Jacarius Johnson, custodial party being
Jacarius? Garrett Grant. No. So he should be at least 145 or 155 pounds, right? Because guys, you remember the UFC doesn't have a lot of weight classes, but if you follow the sport for as long as I have, guys, there are guys. Remember, heavyweight, the limit for heavyweight is 265 pounds. So so you can't weigh more than 265 pounds. There are guys that cut down to 265. But then there are guys like Stipe who walk around at like 248, 250. They're in the same weight class. A lot of guys that fight at 205, like John Jones walks around like 240, and he would cut down to 205. You know, Tito Ortiz, he was 235. He would cut down to 205. A lot of middleweights that fight at 185 pounds walk around like 212 pounds. You're 220 pounds. And then guys that are 170 fight at I walk around at like 210 pounds. 200 pounds. And then there are guys that are lightweights that fight at 155 pounds that walk around at almost 200 pounds. Khabib said that when he was off season, he was 198 pounds, cutting down to 155. So you figured that there are guys that are 145 that are walking around like 180 pounds, and then 135 guys are about 170-ish. So he could probably be like 145 pounds. 100. There's a guy, Corey something or other. He was a 6'6" lightweight. He was 6'6", fighting at 155 pounds. There's a guy right now at lightweight who's 6'3", and he fights at 155 pounds. Oh, hold on. What's his name? Jalen Turner. Yeah. He is how tall? Yeah, he's 6'3". He fights at 155 pounds. He's 6'3". He's my height. Yes, Steve is right. cutting that much weight is not healthy, man, at all. You know, so
Alexis Campbell Van, and this matters before the court on a petition to establish parent-child relationship. There was service citation on Mr. Johnson back on the 27th day of March, and on this Campbell slash Van on the 28th day of March. So both parties have properly been noticed and served at this time. And I'll ask the state for an opening and tell the court what the state's requesting.
Tall Starlight says Butterbean fought at 400 pounds and walked around to 800 pounds. Dude, Jarvik, yeah, dude. To lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, dude, because you're not losing it, you're cutting it. Cutting weight and losing weight is two different things, right? Guys, cutting weight, you're dehydrating yourself by not drinking water. You don't eat. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. Guys, Alex Mejia, who's light heavyweight champ, he walks around at like 230 now. He weighs in at 205. The next day he's back up to 230. There was one he used to cut down to 185. There was one fight where he weighed in at 185 pounds. The next night at the fight, he was like 225 pounds again. Clown world.
My understanding is this is probably a default hearing, and whether or not this is a temp or a final. Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson is not present. Ms. Campbell is present. The state is requesting the court proceed in default against Mr. Johnson.
There you go. Right there. Right there. Right there, guys. Right there. So he didn't show up. So they're going to do default against the guy. Watch.
The state is requesting temporary orders in this case. Mr. Johnson, I believe testimony will show that he's a UFC fighter. And so we don't have a good income report on him. I was wondering if the court might consider appointing an ad litem to try and help us track down his income.
Now, guys, here's the gag, right? His last fight was in a state where they disclose his pay. So she's going to have him pull up the UFC website and show what his winnings were. Don't let these 304s know how much you make, man.
Income information because he has not been showing up to court. At this time, Ms. Campbell is requesting sole managing conservatorship, and she's willing to testify as to why that is. And either no visitation or very limited possession with a modified possession order, a 72-hour notice. And we would be asking for the court to consider using the Bureau of Labor and Wage Statistics for a personal trainer. I believe Ms. Campbell can testify that Mr. Johnson does also work as a personal trainer in between his fights. And I can provide the court with that information during testimony.
All right, then, because I'm sorry that extreme fighter thing, that's all over the place. So I'm not. I'll have to. You can ask them how successful he is at that endeavor. But we'll see what else you got there. And I'll need specific circumstances on the sole managing conservatorship and the reason for the restricted access. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this deal, ma'am, for me to do something different than standard visitation or give another parent access, the burden of proof will fall on you why that should not be done. It's automatically considered to be the right thing to do. And so if you're asking me to do something different, like I said, the burden of proof falls on you giving me the information necessary for me to do something different. So at this time, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're gonna give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and that much truth so help you.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you're officially under oath, and I allow the state to call you as a witness. Anything at the end of the hearing you think I need to know, I'll allow you to give the court that information as part of your own legal representation. So you may proceed at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wall Street, what's up, dude? Now, guys, let's see. Let me check the guys. Make sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. You know what I'm saying, guys? Once again, the reason why this channel's grown the way it has is because I have such high engagement with my subs. So, guys, thanks for that. And guys, we have 42 people watching. And and 28 likes. So guys, make sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And let me pin the StreamYard link. All right.
The state would like to call Alexis Campbell Van. Ma'am, will you state your name for the record?
My name is Alexis Nicole Campbell Van.
Guys, just any chick that has a hyphenated name, just leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
And will you state the name and birthday to the child you have with Mr. Johnson?
Alexandria Olivia Jean Campbell, and her birthday is November 10th, 2023.
And as far as who is her father, hold on, ma'am. I'll ask questions, and you can go at the end.
She's
you can tell the
chomping
court anything I missed.
at the bit to get him.
You are certain that Mr. Johnson is Alexandria's father?
Yes.
Please.
How did you come to that certainty?
A couple of days after she was born, Zacharias decided to go and get his DNA the DNA test done at a local lab here in Harker Heights. So he went one day, I went another day, and we got the test done that way. And the results came back, and then he notified my sister and sent us the results of the test, and it showed that he was 99.9% her biological dad.
Okay.
Real quick, is that 99.9 or 99.99?
Yeah, 99.99. Like it was 100% her.
Okay, I gotta get to 99.99. Otherwise, I gotta order a new DNA test, ma'am. Okay. You still have a copy of that?
I'm sorry?
You still have a copy of that DNA test, ma'am?
I do.
All right. I'll actually get to forward that to the state for later on, just in case. But for right now, I'll go ahead and take it as your testimony, and I'll establish paternity, and the state may proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Has Mr. Johnson communicated to you at all about visiting with Alexandria?
So he hasn't communicated with me at all about visitation. The day she was born, we did notify him that she was born. He was not present for her birth. But after she was born, we did notify him to let him know that she was born and, she's alive. And he basically said, do not contact him about Alexandria at all. Don't send him any pictures. He doesn't want to be in Alexandria's life whatsoever.
Okay. And did you find later that he had blocked you?
Yes. So I tried to
Now, guys, I don't know if it's on this one or on the next one, but wait till you hear how many kids he has, right? Michael O'Brien, what's up, dude?
From my phone, and the call wouldn't go through, and the messages weren't going through either. So my sister tried from her number, which he didn't have her number, and the calls went right through. He ignored the first call. Then she texted him with a picture and like, hey, this is your daughter. She's been born today. We are at this hospital. If you wanted to come, because I was still at the hospital at the time. And he responded back that he didn't want to see any pictures of her, never sent him any pictures of her. He wants no contact with her. And basically, don't talk to him about her ever.
Okay. Since Alexandria was born, has Mr. Johnson ever sent you any money for her care?
He has never sent any money.
Okay. Your Honor, may I share my screen?
Go ahead.
Okay. Darn it. I gotta find it. Okay. So, what I'm showing to you now, Miss Campbell, is UFC.com with a picture of a UFC athlete who's listed as Jose Johnson. Can you identify who that man is in the picture?
That is Alexandria's father.
So it is Zaquarius Johnson, and his fighting name is Jose
Fight
Johnson?
name. Yes.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing. So you're aware that he has fights as a UFC fighter currently, correct?
Yes. His last fight was June 15th, 2024. So just last month. He is an active fighter.
Okay. And you're not aware of any earnings he makes through those UFC fights?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay. Does Mr. Johnson also provide personal training services on the side?
So he does. He is karate or jujitsu and MMA trained. So he does do those types of trainings at a location here in Killeen. And he is one of their trainers on staff. Yes.
What's the name of the place, the gym where he's doing those trainings?
It's called Strike Kings, STR.
Strike Kings?
And then Kings.
Okay. And is that located in Killeen?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I share my screen again?
You may.
Okay, so this is the Bureau of
What's the quarter?
Mr. Johnson usually does or might have done recently.
No, ma'am. Nothing besides the fighting.
Okay.
And the training.
Do you have any safety concerns as far as you or your daughter around Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are your concerns just that he has expressed such a disinterest in being around her that you don't feel like she'd be adequately cared for?
Correct.
Okay. And as far as Mr. Johnson's other children, do you know how many other children he has under the age of 18?
Under the age of 18, he has probably around 5 or 6 that are like.
At least 5 or 6 children. You let some knucklehead, some nug nug. He should change his fighter name to Jose Nug Nug Johnson. Guys, come on now. You let Nug Nug with 6, 7 kids shoot up the club? Oh, guys, why are you chicks so stupid? But here's the gag, dude. UFC fighters don't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They just don't.
Like, no. So it could be more.
Guys, I think in the next one it says he has 8 kids. 8 kids. Look at that.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell, or hold on, I'm sorry. How does Alexandria have health insurance right now?
Alexandria is under the Medicaid insurance.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the court at this time?
Yes, I just feel like with the whole visitation, I just wouldn't feel comfortable with her, being alone with him for X amount of days or hours, just because she is relatively still young. She's only 7 months. So I just don't think he will be able to care for her properly. And also, again, like him expressing his disinterest of my daughter, not even wanting to see a picture of her when we live less than 10 minutes away from each other, not showing up for her from doctor's appointments and everything else that she's done in her life up to this point. I just don't feel comfortable as a mother sending her with him anywhere, or anything of that sort. So, yeah.
And does the court want me to go into retroactive support at this time, or?
No, because that question mark on what his real amount is so high. I don't want to go into retro at this point. What is the state requesting for current child support, please, based on your data?
Based on one child in this order, 6 other children, requesting health insurance of $39, guideline support in this case, based on that annual wage would be $564.
And has the state ever tried to subpoena the UFC about what his earnings are, his purses have been, or anything like that?
Your Honor, I'm not.
The state is not comfortable doing.
Your Honor, we can try to do it. I'm not sure what response we would get as far as his income there, but we can definitely try it if you'd like.
Okay, you want me to point at that light and do it? Y'all do it.
Your Honor, given our office's current roster of attorneys and the empty slots they're in, I would prefer to have an ad litem that could be dedicated to this case and follow through and get that information.
All right, let's go ahead and appoint Ms. Lambert and see if she can get this for us too, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I know she's more than competent to figure out how to and who to serve or to just go ahead and order the records. You can put that she needs to ascertain that he's making any funds from UFC or how much he's earning, and he can subpoena them or he can subpoena their record keeper. And I don't know that she can set it for one of our Wednesday dockets as far as getting their keeper records to show up with on that subpoena. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I think it might be a little hard on a Zoom. So yeah. All right then. So, all right. Is there anything else the state is requesting we do here today?
I don't think so, Your Honor. If it's a temporary order, we'll save any other concerns until the final.
All right. Well, the problem, of course, going to have is that sole MC is, being a jerk is not sufficient enough for me to order somebody to be named a possessor conservative. I actually have to have a legal reason to do so. Indifference and all that doesn't count. I'm going to go ahead and appoint an ad litem to represent your child on this one to see what she can find out financially about this gentleman and subpoena UFC and his current job. He probably is an independent contractor there, but
of course
we'll see if there's any funds coming through the gym itself where the court can figure this out. I'll go ahead and as far as the temporary order is concerned, I'm going to go ahead and name you temporary joint management conservators. I'm going to give you all the rights under that until further of the order of the court. I'm not going to give him any rights in the joint management conservatorship other than have the right to be named a joint management conservator and have the obligation to pay child support going forward on a temporary basis, and the like I said, the right to pay child support. And I got to give him visitation. The visitation is the first and third Saturdays of the month from 1 to 5. After giving you at least 72 hours advance notice that he wants to see the child on one of those Saturdays, again from 1 to 5 at either your resident or a spot that you will designate for him to visit, and that's the only visitation until further of the court. So twice a month he can visit with his daughter if he goes ahead and pick up the phone. And let's go with for right now, since he's not here, I don't want to just order app close and put somebody out there in purgatory. So if he contacts you, ma'am, on your regular line, and he does it at least 72 hours in advance that he wants to see his daughter, you can smile all you want, but it doesn't. Ms. Lambert, your contact information so she can contact you to set up an appointment with you and to actually visit with the child. The child's only 7 months old. She might not want, there's not a lot she's going to learn from a 7-month-old other than the fact that I'm sleepy, I'm hungry, and I'm getting ready.
See if there's any dockets that have
All
more.
right, guys. Now let's do the follow up here. Let's see
how she came home.
Okay, we'll do this one next. But
On here, you can see the ESPN site. Mr. Johnson fights under the name Jose Johnson. He's only won one fight since she was born, and that was in November of last year, November 18th of 2023.
There are no visits. He doesn't see her.
What rights and duties are you comfortable with Dad having?
she's mad. She's mad because she let Fighter Nug blast up the club, right? And she probably weighs more than the dude too. She let the flyweight dude beat her. She's a heavyweight, right? Just getting there. Now she's mad. You know what I'm saying?
Court is operating under a temporary order in this matter from back in July. The court went ahead and appointed Ms. Lambert as ad litem in this matter to help with the circumstances, the special circumstance that the father is a UFC fighter and that the income information was sketchy at best. So at this time, I'll note for the record, I see that Ms. Campbell's present, that Ms. Lambert's present, and Ms. Nichols is present for the state. Has Mr. Johnson here?
No. Judge, the state has no further evidence to present as to the paternity of the child's last name, and the geographic restriction. However, the temporary orders do address conservatorship and state that currently the father only has the right to pay child support until further order of the court. So we'd like to reevaluate rights and duties of conservatorship. Also reevaluate possession and access to see what orders would be appropriate now after the temporary orders. The state does want to reevaluate Mr. Johnson's gross monthly resources. Ms. Lambert will testify as to her findings regarding Dad's work and Dad's income. The state also has some exhibits to present as well. Medical support will likely remain the same, and the state would like to address retroactive support today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Lambert.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm in alignment with Ms. Nichols' recitation of what we're seeking to do today. We are hoping to finalize the temporary order. On behalf of my client, I'm not opposed with conservatorship, the previous findings, nor visitation access remaining as is. My primary job was to confirm whether Dad was in fact a UFC fighter. I believe child support in the temporary order was based off of his earnings as a physical trainer. I was able to confirm that he is in fact a flyweight UFC fighter, averaging between $10,000 to $30,000 per fight, and he has approximately 1 to 2 fights per year on average. And so asking that income be included on top of what was already established as his occupation as an athletic trainer. I have not had any contact directly with the father. He has resisted any potential cooperation in this case, not returning calls, emails, etc., not responding to correspondence. And so ultimately, Your Honor, I'm just asking for a final order regarding all of the terms previously listed by Ms. Nichols and ask for a reevaluation of the current child support in this case.
All right, then. Okay, good enough then. Let's see about that. I'll see if you got any information specifically on whether or not you got proof that is there any proof that he's actually doing those fights or who he might be fighting, so forth and so on, ma'am?
And it looks like, Your Honor, his most recent fight was on June 15th of this year. He did lose that fight, but that was his most recent. And before that, it was November 18th of last year. And then before that, August 12th last year.
It's fighting on my mom's birthday. Love that. But anyway, go ahead and, yeah, so it sounds like that may be 2 times a year. So we'll figure out what that is. Ms. Campbell, here's the thing. I did that on the temporary order as far as conservatorship, that sort of thing. But I've been reminded that the circumstances is that this is a gentleman that says he doesn't want to have anything to do with the child. Unfortunately, that's probably not sufficient enough for me not to order some type of conservatorship and not sufficient for me to set up break-in visits and so forth and so on. Because technically he's still a parent, he still has parental rights. And for me to take those away, I've got to have some really strong
There you
evidence
go.
that that's in the child's best interest. And I did not appoint.
So you can't get rid of Nug Nug. And guys, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This person on the bottom right, I think I was in shock that it didn't quite register to me, right? Look at this person on the bottom right.
Ya Maya's cool.
Guys, I know we joke about the Jabba thing, but come on, guys, this is spot on. I think this chick ate the previous one. Look at that, guys. Look at this. Yo, whoever produced the chair she's sitting in, yo, I gotta give you a round of applause. For some superb craftsmanship. Oh God, look at that. Yeah, I guarantee in her background she literally has Han Solo in carbonite back there. Look at that.
Miss Lambert as the person to investigate that. I'm only trying to find out what this gentleman's earning. And because I don't think it's been contact or anything like that. So, but I'll see what your testimony is as far as that's concerned. But the bottom line is I still got to make him dad. So we got to figure out how much of a dad I'm going to make it under the court order. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and ask Ms. Campbell to raise your right hand, ma'am. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and that but the truth will help you?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you're officially under oath. I'm going to go ahead and allow the state to proceed and call you as a witness, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Did you say that Ms. Lambert's going to go first?
No, I'm sorry. I was going to let you go first, Mr. Nichols. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Is it okay if we allow Ms. Lambert to go first? Because
Not a problem. You can wait.
He has some other duties in the court today, so.
All right, no problem then. I'll let Ms. Lambert go first, and then we'll let the state go last. You know, hey, believe me, I've been in enough jury trials to know that as the respondent, I went first, about 80% of the time, okay? So yeah, that an old lawyer trick, yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Campbell, will you state your first and last name for the record, please?
My name is Alexis Campbell.
Ma'am, you're cracking up kind of on me. Is she cracking up on y'all, or is that me?
No, Your Honor, there's been a lag or a delay.
All right, Ms. Campbell, go ahead and turn off your video, and we'll just go with the audio, okay? Maybe that'll help with the
Yes, we don't got to see your face.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You may proceed now. Thank you.
Ms. Campbell, will you state your first and last name for the record?
Alexis Campbell.
And who are you in relation to the?
Guys, here's the saddest part. This knucklehead does her hair and her makeup. It's like, dude, you can shine a turd all you want, but it's still a turd. You know what I'm saying? Why do girls spend so much time on their appearance when they're this big? Right? You're gonna spend all this money getting your hair done, your makeup done, all this other stuff, and it's
child in this case.
I'm Alexandria's mother.
And how old is Alexandria?
She is 11 months.
And who is Alexandria's father?
Zacharias Johnson.
And to the best of your knowledge, ma'am, what does Mr. Johnson do for a living?
He is a UFC fighter, and he also does personal training, like MMA training and Taekwondo training.
And to the best of your knowledge, how long has he been a UFC fighter?
Since I've met him, so in February of 2023, that's when I met him and conceived our daughter. So since then, that's what I know. But if you look online, He's been fighting for a while.
She's stalking him
And
online,
when you say
guys.
that he's a UFC fighter, have you ever seen any of his fights firsthand?
Yes, so we would watch them on ESPN because he fights before like the main card fights. He is I guess they call them the pre-show fights, pre-main card fights. He fights on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and yeah, you can just pull it up on the TV.
And to the best of your knowledge, approximately how many fights would Mr. Johnson be in per year?
About 1 to 2 fights every year.
And do you know how much he averaged in payment per fight?
So he did tell me that when he does win fights, he gets about $30,000. I also Googled if he loses a fight.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, here's the deal. You can't you can testify to what he said, but you can't testify to what Google said. Okay, that's still
okay.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Google has not been known to be 100% right all the time. All right.
Okay. So, but yeah. So what he told me when he wins, he gets about $30,000.
Okay.
Per fight.
And,
yeah.
And did he say what he gets if he participates in the fight but does not win?
He didn't tell me that part.
Okay. And then for his training, you stated that he'd been UFC fighting since about February 2023. To the best of your knowledge, had he been training since that time as well?
Yes.
Okay. And where does Mr. Johnson currently reside?
So just recently he moved from Nolanville, Texas to Washington. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Palaluma, maybe Washington. That is currently where he resides because he no longer, him and his current fiance have uprooted their lives from Texas to move to Washington.
In the city that he lives in near Washington, is that pretty close to Tacoma?
Yes.
Okay. And is he currently employed?
Yes, he is. He is employed with Wave Combat Sports.
And what kind of work does he do there?
He is a trainer there. He does the MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo training at Wave Combat Sports in Washington. It's in Tacoma. Yes. That's Washington. Sorry.
How many other biological children does Mr. Johnson have?
7.
Right there. 7 more kids. Look at that. So she got knocked up by some dude that has 7 other kids, and she's trying to get money out this dude. Guys, Nug has all these Pokemon running around, right? I want to be the very best, right? Look at this. Come on, man.
Order to pay child support for any of those 7 children?
I'm not sure about the other 7, but for me, he is. I know that some of the other moms are trying to get their cases going, but for as far as I know, just Alexandra is who he's on paper responsible for.
Okay. And from the time that Alexandra was born until the time of the temporary order, did Mr. Johnson give you any money directly for her care?
No.
And are you requesting retroactive child support?
Yes.
Of course you are.
Who currently has health insurance for her?
So I do. She has had Medicaid since she's been born. So she's still under the Medicaid health insurance because she hasn't turned 1 yet. So yeah, it's under me.
Is there anything additional that you believe the court needs to know regarding Mr. Johnson's finances in order for the judge to rule on an appropriate guideline child support amount?
No, sir. No, ma'am. Other than, he fights yeah, that's really all that I know at the time.
No, I don't have any further questions for Ms. Campbell at this time.
All right, thank you. Ms. Nichols, you're a witness.
No cross-examination, but I will call Ms. Campbell as a witness. And
Yes.
Ms. Lambert, if Ms. Lambert would like to be excused, I don't know if you want to do that, Ms. Lambert, but request the court's permission for that.
Your Honor, I do have another hearing if it's possible. However, if you would like me to stay, I can make it work.
All right, well, do you have any, I got some evidence here. Any of this evidence yours?
I'm not sure what you have, Your Honor. I do have a screenshot showing Mr. Johnson on the ESPN website and the list of his fights from 2016 until 2024 this year.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and share that screenshot. Let's see if we can get that in as evidence, and I'll have you reduce that to a PDF and send it in as evidence as ad item 1, okay?
Oh, Your Honor, here you can see the ESPN site. Mr. Johnson fights under the name Jose Johnson and the list of his fights from 2016 until current.
Pulling up all the receipts.
One is admitted, and Ms. Campbell, if you need to go, I'm sorry, Ms. Lambert, if you need to go, you can go ahead and go at this point. The only other thing I asked, were you able to find anything that shows what his winnings or losing amounts were for any of these, ma'am?
I could not find anything regarding what he takes home if he loses.
Okay, only if he wins. All
yes,
right.
Your Honor.
And how many of those? Okay, and since the child was born, you know how many of those he's actually won? Does it say that?
It looks like he's only won one fight since she was born, and that was in November of last year, November 18th of 2023.
And how much? And that's the $30,000 amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you for the info, and you may proceed at this time, Ms. Nichols, calling Ms. Campbell as a witness, and you can treat her as your own witness, and that way you can lead and do whatever is necessary, anything you think is necessary, all right? And
okay.
And Ms. Campbell, you have a problem with Ms. Lambert being excused at this time?
No, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Lambert. Good luck on wherever you're going. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
To the buffet. That's where she's going. Hey, good luck to KFC or Pizza Hut or anyone else that's got a buffet within friggin' barely walking distance of her house. Carlos said KFC too. Look at that. Royston, what's up, dude? England's in the house, man. England is in the house.
All right, you may proceed, Ms. Nichols.
Okay, Ms. Campbell.
Yes.
I know Ms. Lambert just talked to you about some money issues, and we're gonna get back to that.
Of course, she has money issues.
How have
and she still got
visits been
pregnant.
going between dad and your child?
There are no visits. He doesn't see her. And he has stated multiple times, or especially like when she was born, that he wants like no contact with her. He doesn't want any pictures or anything to do with her. So he hasn't seen her or anything, talked to her, anything.
How many times, if any, has he seen his daughter since she was born?
0.
What rights and duties are you comfortable with dad having?
Judge Nelson, Your Honor, has told me that that he has to have something. So I personally don't want him to have anything, but he hasn't been abusive or anything like that towards me or my daughter. So the bare minimum of what he can have is what I would want. Just because my daughter is very particular, and I just feel like I give her the best care. And I just don't think like he would be up to taking care of her the way that she needs to be taken care of. Considering like she's very like extremely allergic to like some products, and I just don't think that he would take those obligations seriously as a mother or as I do. So I just would give him the bare minimum of whatever we can give him. Just give him the bare minimum.
What is your daughter allergic to? What are her special needs?
So all of the Huggy products, Huggy diapers, wipes, anything Huggy, she had a allergic reaction to them, and I had to take her to the emergency room, and they told me it was the ingredients, the active ingredients in the Huggy products that were making her break out. So I switched all of her diapers. I threw all the other Huggy diapers out. I had to go to the store and buy completely organic, like 100% cotton diapers, organic wipes. She has organic formula, and it's very, very expensive. And I just don't think he would, obligate to those needs of hers, because just the.
I hope you guys have out your violins. Yeah, Brian says allergic to accountability.
Based off of him just not wanting to be present, I just don't think he would take all of her accommodations into consideration when he does have her. So I just can't even risk like my daughter's health or anything like that, like with her being with him.
What other concerns do you have about dad having full rights and duties?
That's really it. Like, I just don't think he's a fit parent. He doesn't show.
That's a little bit. Okay, here's the deal, man. You can testify to facts, but you can't testify to speculation. Okay.
Okay.
That's something to show he cannot be a fit parent. He's already been declared not to be a fit parent in another case, or he's been found to be abusive in another case, or endangered children in another case. Everything. I can only take into consideration the facts of the circumstances. And he's just being a jerk toward not being responsible for his daughter, then that's one thing. But again, you can't speculate on what unless you've got some type of evidence of what that is. All right, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, then there's nothing.
Okay. What does dad do for work?
Zacharias is a UFC fighter and he's a personal trainer, or athletic personal trainer.
What is his alias?
His name is Jose Johnson.
You said he works as a personal trainer. Do you have any personal knowledge as to how much he makes as a trainer?
I don't have that information. I don't have that information.
And where is he living right now?
He lives in Paloma. I'm not sure how to pronounce that city, but it's in Washington.
What major city would that be?
He lives in
it's close to Tacoma.
He lives in Puyallup, Washington, you knucklehead. Guys, Puyallup is right near Washington State. I mean, right near Tacoma. But what are you talking about? I mean, it is a hard name to say, but she's saying it completely wrong. It's Puyallup.
Okay. Judge, at this time, the state is going to move to admit State's Exhibit 1, which is a Bureau of Labor Statistics report for the Seattle-Tacoma area in Washington. And I did send that to the court.
I've got it. Second.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and mark it as Stage 1.
So I'll go ahead and show you here. So we have chapter 299091, athletic trainers. The annual mean wage for an athletic trainer in the Tacoma, Seattle area is $59,710 yearly.
All right, what's the low amount? What's the lowest that somebody like this usually earns, please?
Well, let me go ahead. Let me see if I can. So the percentile here for athletic trainers, it's going to be the lowest 10% is $43,180.
Okay, so if he falls into the lower 10%, he makes at least $43K a year, and that's the one I'm going to use based on the fact he's also probably training as a fighter. So yeah, so he's probably doing both these things part-time, but we'll go ahead and use that as the amount at this time.
Okay,
you may proceed. Thank you.
Okay. Miss Campbell, how do you know that Mr. Johnson lives in Washington and works as a trainer in Washington?
So I have seen with my own eyes that
see, stalking him,
his
guys.
social media,
Stopping him right there.
and that he has moved from Nolanville, Texas to Washington, and then also the gym that I've stated to you guys, the Wave Combat Sports gym in Washington, has posted that he is there and available all over their social
Look at
media.
that, dude.
You can come in and train with Jose Johnson at the Wave Gym in Tacoma, Washington.
Thank you.
Can you repeat to the court, how is your child insured?
She has Medicaid.
Of course she does.
What other sources of health or dental insurance are accessible to you?
So I can put her under my medical insurance when it reopens, because I do work for KISD. But I didn't do that because when I did try to add her on there, my total went from $100 to about $600 for health insurance. So I just decided to keep her on the Medicaid, just to keep her with the same doctors and the people that she sees, for her shots and things like that. So I didn't want to switch up anything.
Is the health insurance you have through work, is that financially accessible to you? Can you afford that?
No. I only make $1,100 because I am just a teacher's aide. Not quite a teacher yet, but yeah, I just make $1,100 and we only get paid once a month.
Wait, what did she say she did? Hold on.
Insurance you have through work, is that financially accessible to you? Can you afford that?
No. I only make $1,100 because I am just a teacher's aide.
She's a teacher's aide that makes $1,100 a month. Then had the nerve to just go out and get pregnant and let Ring Nug. Oh, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Blast out at the club. And guys, did you hear her say that this Jose Johnson guy is already engaged to some other chick? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not quite a teacher.
Waterstar, what's up, dude? Don't believe any whamming. What's up, man?
Teacher yet, but yeah, I just make $1,100 and we only get paid once a month.
That's sad. $1,100 a month. You're better off working at freaking Costco. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, guys.
To your knowledge, what other sources of health or dental insurance are available to Mr. Johnson?
I'm not sure.
When is your daughter's birthday?
Her birthday is November 10th, 2023. Or that's the day she was born. Yes.
I know you told the attorney I lied on this, but what support has Mr. Johnson provided to you since your daughter's birth?
Nothing.
What was Mr. Johnson doing for work when she was born?
He was still fighting and training.
Okay, he was a UFC fighter and then also a trainer.
Yes.
To your knowledge, has he had a break in that employment since the time your daughter was born to now? Has he always done training and UFC fighting?
Yes.
When your daughter was born, where was he living?
In Nolanville, Texas, at Freedom Circle. It was the address that was on his profile before. I can't remember the physical, but I know it was Freedom Circle, Nolanville, Texas.
And how do you know what he was doing for work at that time?
Because a couple of days after she was born, he fought on ESPN, and we watched.
There she goes again, man. You know?
Watched it. We watched it together. Not me and him, but me and my family watched him fight on ESPN.
Yeah, she's like, look, I'm pregnant by that guy. Yeah, woohoo! I'm gonna get paid. This is gonna be awesome. And then what happened? Right? He said, took off.
Yeah. The November 16th fight, she was only 6 days old. So
When did he move to Tacoma?
July 25th.
Of what year?
Of 2024, this year.
And how do you know that that's when he moved?
So he posted on his social media that he had moved. And then I also did, he just posted on his social media that he moved.
Judge, at this time, the state is going to move to admit State Exhibit 4, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics wage report for the Killeen Temple area, where Mr. Johnson was living before he moved to Washington.
All right, ma'am, I'm on a state, you want to like the state's exhibit number 4, you said?
Yes, that's correct. Or I'm so sorry, that would be State's Exhibit number 2.
All right, stage 2. All right. All right, ma'am, objection to stage 2 coming evidence at this time.
No, sir.
All right, it is admitted. You may proceed, Ms. Nichols.
Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you too. Let me just pull it up. Okay, Judge, I'm going to share my screen with you right here.
All right.
Okay, this is State's Exhibit number 2. You can see here, let me scroll up and show you. This is the May 2023 reporting. So, to my knowledge, it's
I don't know how they're going to do this because he's on a starting out UFC contract. So he gets 15,000 to win and 15 to show and 15 to win. So it's like if he loses, he only gets 15 grand and then it gets taxed. Look at that.
How much per year was Mr. Johnson making as a UFC fighter? Not a trainer, but a UFC fighter.
I'm not 100% sure of that number, but I do know he made about, when he did win that one fight, he got about $30,000.
What about when he loses a fight?
So I
Go ahead and testify to it, ma'am. If someone's told you, if you think you know, go ahead and testify to it. No one's
okay.
So go ahead.
So when he loses a fight, he gets about $10,000 or $11,000 when he loses the fight.
And how many fights does he do per year?
So 1 to 2 fights a year.
And how dumb is this chick to get knocked up by what one of the lowest earning fighters there are? You know what I'm saying? He probably was like, yeah, girl, I make a lot of money. Yeah. And she thought she was gonna give yeah. Sean says, and he's got 7 other kids. Facts.
And the one he had earlier this year, he lost, and the one he had last year, he won, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. And I'm sorry, with that fight he had in November, was that before the child was born or after the child was born?
After she was born.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'll pass the witness and the state rests.
And I'll rule on the visitation package I'll come up with in a moment. But with that in mind, I'll let the state proceed to their closing and tell the court what the state's requesting. Thank you.
Okay. So, Judge, like I stated earlier, the temporary order established paternity, established the last name of the child, and established a no geographic limitations. So the state has no further evidence to present as to those 3 issues.
All right.
Regarding conservatorship, you essentially just ruled sole managing conservatorship, which is fine. The current visitation and access schedule is that dad has visitation with the child from 1:00 p.m. to 5:00 p.m. on the first and third Saturdays of the month. Those visits can take place at mom's house, and they are supervised, and dad must give 72 hours notice. So the current schedule is that 1 to 5, first and third Saturday, supervised, 72 hours notice. Whether the court wants to modify that or not, that's up to you.
All right, well, the court's going forward is going to go with the graduated visitation schedule, where dad has to do visits with mom being present for 4 hours. Then he gets to have the child by himself for 4 hours. Then he gets to have the child by himself for 8 hours. And then he gets to have the child by himself for
she's cooked, guys.
A single overnight. And then he gets to standard visitation.
And she's mad.
So for UFC Fighter, the state suggests.
Hello? Mr. Jones, we're in a hearing. Please remain silent. Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir.
So for the UFC Fighter, the state suggests a number of $40,000 a year. If he does 2 fights and he wins one, that's 30. If he loses one, it's 10. So 40 seems like a good number.
No, I think the testimony is he's only won 1 fight. He's had about 8, so I'm not sure I can get you there, Sam. So, but go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. And then with regard to his salary as a trainer, both the Bureau of Labor Statistics report shows that in both the
I wonder how much they're gonna
Tacoma, Seattle area and the Killeen Temple area.
They're gonna get him for
$43,000 a year. So the state recommends whatever the court finds to be his salary as a trainer, whether it's $30,000 or whatever, plus that $43,000 that he makes as a trainer. To be his gross yearly income.
All right. Here's it over the last 1 year time frame, which I'll normally look at in these cases anyway. It looks like he's won 1, he's lost 1. So let's go ahead and make that overall amount he's earned as a fighter at $40,000 for the year, and so we'll average we'll average that out, that $40,000 for the year, and average out over a monthly basis for to figure out the child support on that. And I'm looking at order to him, so I'm looking at $40,000. Yeah, he did $40,000 last year overall, and so at this point, I'm probably looking at just looking at that 20,000 average 20,000. I'm sorry, the judges. I'm thinking on my feet here, and I'm not thinking well and fast on it. So let's see. So he earned 40,000 over a 1 year time frame. So spread that for spread. Okay, so he made 40,000 as a fighter. He makes about 43,000 as a trainer. So his entire salary over the last year. So you can have you average that out for the 12 months what it is. So it's 80,000 some change. So let's go ahead and use that as the
80 grand a year. They're getting him
out this year because he actually did win that fight within the last 12 months. So I'm going to go ahead and include it then. All right.
Okay, sorry. So it's going to be 40,000 for his work as a USC fighter, and then 43,000 as his work for a trainer.
Correct.
So that would make his yearly salary $83,000 divided by 12. That is $6,916.67.
All right. Now, again, the mom's not too sure about. She's sure about him having 7 other kids. Good Lord. But that they've been declared, or he has to pay child support for all of them yet. But without any other proof than that, then I just need to go ahead and look at it and give him credit for those other. And ma'am, is that 7 including your daughter, or 7 plus your daughter?
7 plus my daughter.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Stupid.
Oh God. Okay, so we gotta give him credit for those other 7. Give him credit for the other 7 in your calculations. All right.
Okay. So that's for current support. Regarding medical support, mother testified that she does not have access to private health insurance, and she doesn't know whether dad has access either. So the state requests the child be placed on government medical services, and the dad make a cash medical reimbursement to the state of at least $60.
All right, get that all grant off top and tell me what the amount is. But I'm not sure where the heck that is on the chart, because that didn't come up very often as a judge or a lawyer. 1 in, 7 out. So yeah.
We have a number we typically use, and based on his gross monthly income, it would be higher. But let me say if I divide that by I don't know, let's say if I divide that by 8, no, that's $39 monthly. So we could do that, or a higher number is also okay, but I don't know what the court finds to be appropriate.
Okay, well, again, the amount the state's requesting for cash medical, that's fine. I just need to figure out what you're asking for as far as the final child support in this case, with giving them credit for one child, in this case, 7 out, and giving them credit for the cash medical. And you said repayment, that was $64. I'm sorry, I didn't get that down.
Well, we can do we can do $39 monthly because he has other children. So let's just use that number.
All right.
And give me 1 second, please. Let me give you the number for current support then. Okay, with 7 other children, that comes out to a monthly child support obligation, giving him credit for the $39 medical support. It is $716 monthly.
There it is, guys. It's $700 a month. You better start. You better start winning those fighting more. Guys, what's this guy doing, man? How old is this guy? Let's see. How old is he? Let's see. All right, guys. Guys, how old do you guys think this guy is? So according to Tapology, he's only 29 years old. He has 8 kids.
Damn.
Look at that. Man, oh man, oh man.
All right, and I'll go ahead and ask, and since that's the amount for the whole year, and the child's is 1 year anniversary is coming up next month, so let's go ahead and use that 12-month time frame at that same amount for retro, please.
But anyways,
30 Central Time.
He's cooked. Now, guys, look at this one. Right here, hold on.
How she came home and her mom and her boyfriend's making.
Now we have this one, guys, and then we're gonna watch one where this chick stole $10,000 out of their joint account. You know what I'm saying?
Out on the bed, how her mom just lays in bed all day.
Hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Clayton Sheeb. The two of you have conferred with Mr. Pratt from the front of the court, who is provided the fine recommendation. Her recommendation is a plaintiff mother's complaints be dismissed as they state that she kept the child during father's court order parenting time. She's recommended that the plaintiff mother be held in contempt for violating the orders of this court, and that the plaintiff defendant father be entitled to 7 days makeup time.
So he's saying that the mom kept this kid from him, and he's trying to get her for
contempt. That is a
contempt.
recommendation. Obviously, this would also resolve and address your complaints, Mr. Sheeb. You've made various complaints, a number of them, that mom's not ensuring the child completes homework. Obviously, both of you should make sure the child completes homework. And also that mom allowed the minor child to watch the Beetlejuice film. Court does not find those to be significant violations of joint legal parenting time. But in any event, that is the recommendation this morning. Mr. Sheeb, do you understand the recommendation?
I do, Your Honor.
Now this guy, guys, he's another one. Colin, he honestly thinks that he's going to get treated fairly here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he doesn't have a lawyer, right? And the fact that he's even here, right? Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Stupid. You know what I mean? Steve says no poontang in the world is worth $700 a month. Facts, guys. Absolute facts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I want my medication and I want my croutons, please.
I'm sorry?
I do, Your Honor, yes.
There, we couldn't hear it first. Do you have any objection to the court adopting the recommendation?
I do not.
All right, Ms. Dran Harper, do you understand the recommendation?
Yes.
You acknowledge that you denied parenting time to Mr. Sheeb during his parenting time?
Yes, but I had a good reason to do it.
Oh, there it is, guys.
And,
there it is. There it is, right there. She just admits to it. She doesn't even care. You know what I'm saying? That's his time. Look at that.
what was the reason?
Graceland's schooling. She had open house one of the weeks, and then the next time I kept her was because it was her first day of school and Clayton was not there to get her.
Okay, so why would that give you a basis to deny parenting time?
Because she needed a parent to take her to those two things. He wasn't there. He was gone.
Okay. So you kept Grayson overnight then?
Yes, so I could take her to her open house and then so I could take her to her first day of school.
Okay. Mr. Sheeb, your response?
So I had asked Miss Harper to switch weekends because I was going on vacation and I just wanted to co-parent and see, if we could switch weekends. She told me no. I made arrangements to take Graceland on our vacation. When it was time to get Graceland, I had sent my girlfriend's mom to get her because we wanted to surprise Graceland. Miss Harper completely refused because I was not there to get her. And I do want to say on the record that the last time we had any sort of mediation or court hearing, it was about who could pick up Graceland, and it was ordered that a trusted adult known to Graceland could do the pickups. Ms. Harper refused to show up for that hearing to voice her opinion, so the order stood in its place. I sent my girlfriend's mom to get Graceland. Ms. Harper refused. The day of Labor Day, I did the same thing. I was at home unpacking. I had sent someone there to get Graceland from Miss Harper, and Miss Harper stated, I was not there. I'm not getting my child. I did talk to Graceland on the phone and asked her specifically if she sees who is picking her up. Graceland had acknowledged that she's seen my girlfriend's mom and my girlfriend's mom's vehicle, which, in speaking of, Miss Harper's complaints even state that my girlfriend's mother was there to pick up Graceland, so she too knew who was getting Graceland then. I was just refused my time. Graceland missed out on one heck of a vacation and missed out on a lot of cool experiences.
Okay, so you're claiming that you're requesting 7 days of makeup parenting time, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, your response to Mr. Ann Harper. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with this other person that's known to Grayson to pick her up.
Graceland didn't want to go with her.
Oh, please.
Graceland didn't want to be in the car with her smoking cigarettes.
Well, no one should be smoking cigarettes in the presence of the child in an enclosed area.
Nobody does that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Durant, did you talk with your girlfriend's mother to make sure she doesn't smoke in an enclosed car with a child?
No, she never got out of the vehicle to talk to me. She parked way in front of me where I didn't even know what vehicle it was. So Clayton said what it was. And when she was sitting in there, she was puffing on cigarettes out of her window. Grayson said when she's in the vehicle in the back seat, even when the mom is smoking with the window down, it blows in her face.
She does not smoke in a vehicle with Graceland. Nobody smokes in a vehicle with Graceland.
Okay.
And if I may state too as well, during that phone conversation, Ms. Harper had plenty of chances, even to this day, to message me or contact me about things like this. And I've never heard anything about this whatsoever. And that was never one of her many excuses as to why I was denied parenting time. It was simply, I'm not there and she don't know who's getting Graceland. And that was the extent of the reasons why I was denied my parenting time per Ms. Harper. And if I also may state, this is now the second time Ms. Harper's been held in contempt. The first time she was held in contempt, you have reserved jail time.
All right. Did Grayson know who was picking her up that morning?
She did.
Graceland asked me to not tell him because she was afraid that she was going to get yelled at by Clayton for not going with his girlfriend's mom.
So Grayson called you, Mr. Ann Harper, to pick her up?
No, she was with me in the car. I was going to drop her off. Clayton was not there. The girlfriend's mom was there. Graceland did not want to go.
So if Graceland did not want to go when I was on the phone with you, why wouldn't you communicate that with me?
Good question.
Because she didn't want me to tell you, because she didn't want you yelling at her.
That makes absolutely no sense. If there's
No, it makes perfect sense because you always yell at her.
I do not yell at my child. But if there's something that can
I'm not arguing with you.
Smoking in the car with a child, that should be something that's immediately talked about.
Well, Mr. Sheeb, has Grayson ever told you that your girlfriend's mother?
You're ice skating uphill, dude. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't understand, guys, what he's doing. I think that, she's gonna, as if the court's gonna rule in his favor.
Smokes in the car?
No, she hasn't.
Why don't you ask her about that? Why don't you ask Grayson about that?
And I will. And I know
if that's occurring, you need to put a stop to that.
And I agree, Your Honor, but I am 100% certain that my girlfriend's mother does not smoke in the vehicle with Graceland. She knows right and wrong, and she knows what is healthy for her child and not. She is a great human being and a great babysitter.
Okay, but maybe she was sitting in the car with her window cracked, smoking a cigarette when she was waiting there for Grayson. Then the car stinks.
Right, and maybe that is the case. But again, Ms. Harper isn't communicating these things to me, regardless if Graceland's telling her and in fear of getting yelled at. How are we supposed to co-parent or communicate or figure out what's best for our child if one parent is withholding things from the other parent and not trying to find a solution?
Because you're not supposed to co-parent correctly. See, guys, right there, guys, right there. Matter of fact, let's pump the brakes. Colin, have you seen a guy that's so clueless?
No.
He's clueless. How are we supposed to make this work, Myan? Clayton, dude, the judge doesn't want to make this work. The judge doesn't want you to have any rights. The judge and the mom and the system, they don't want you to have any rights. And guys, this guy, look at this look on his face. Okay. Colin, this is the tip of that big red pill. Like poking straight up through his butt. Through his rectum. Leader, see this look, guys? This is right when the tip of that red pill goes and just And guys, we all know the red pill is the size of a football. It ain't small, because those red pill moments kick you in the nuts every time. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this guy's getting red pilled right here, man. And grit your teeth, homeboy, because it's going to get a lot worse.
Well, Miss Jan Harper stated that Grayson was concerned that you would yell at her.
Right. Well, if we're just going off that basis, I can say the same thing about Miss Harper, but I'm not going to, because my child is 10. And at 10, sometimes kids lie, sometimes kids stretch the truth. It happens, and I totally understand. If she's afraid, Graceland knows she can talk to me. She talks to me about everything. She has talked to me about how she came home and her mom and her boyfriend's making out on the bed, how her mom just lays in bed all day. There's plenty of things my child talks to me about, Your Honor. And if there's any concern, my child knows she can come right to me, because I will find the best solution for her. I take care of my child 280 days out of the year. Miss Harper gets her for 80. There's a reason why things have changed so much in the past 4 years, Your Honor. And that's because I am giving my child the best life she deserves.
How's she doing at school, most importantly?
She's doing great now that I get her during the school year. Her grades have completely turned around, and she's doing very good. She's struggling in math, but once she gets the hang of it, she takes off like a rocket ship, and she does phenomenal.
Okay. Why would you take her to the open house, Mr. Sheeb? Obviously, school's important. At her age, going to open house is important.
Correct. I had a planned vacation for us, And yeah, it may have
Don't plan a vacation. If the education of your daughter
There it
is
is.
important, why would you plan a vacation during the beginning of the school year?
The open house was a week before school started. That's just to get to know a teacher and bring in school supplies. While I understand that may be important, giving my child a vacation when I can afford to give her one, even if it overlaps with meeting a teacher, I'm going to give that to her. She can meet the teacher on the first day. She knows who her classmates are. She's in the same school she's always been in. Yeah, I like I said, I get open house may be important, but giving a kid an adventure or an experience of a lifetime, things like that kind of outweigh an open house, in my opinion. I'd much rather see her see a baby sea turtle like we did, or climb to the top of a mountain and learn about these things while we're doing it, than to sit at home and do nothing all weekend.
And Grayson was deprived of that vacation. Is that correct? Because mom denied parenting time?
Correct, Your Honor.
Right. Did you inform mom that you the vacation scheduled with Grayson and where we were going? Give her some idea of what you were going to expose Grayson to?
No, I didn't, because
that might have helped. That might have helped. Then she would have understood.
Right, but
he's cooked. Guys, are you seeing this? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Steve says he's cooked. Yep, whiteout says this judge is looking for the smallest reasons, saying no. Yep, Razor says he's cooked. Yep.
I shouldn't have to explain what I'm doing with my child when it's my
I
parents.
understand. It would just maybe have helped some communication, and she would have said, "Oh, that sounds wonderful. I'm going to make sure that happens." I mean, this is just observation.
Okay. And, you know, I appreciate that. And next time I plan a vacation, maybe I'll give Ms. Harper a little bit of back information on it so she can make a judgment for herself.
All right. In any event, hear from both of you. The court's going to adopt the recommendation of Mr. Pratt, Miss Grant Harper. I'm sorry, you did not have the right to deny dad his parenting time for the reasons that you stated. So the court will grant defendant, father Clayton Sheeb, 7 days of makeup parenting time, the next 7 overnights of mothers. So and moms are what, Fridays, Saturdays?
Correct. She'll have Graceland this Friday overnight, and this Saturday overnight is her weekend, is this weekend.
Well, the court doesn't want the child to be without contact with mother for such a long period of time. So the recommendation is the next 7 overnights of mothers. We don't want mom to be maybe alternate weekends.
Your Honor, she goes to her mom's house every other Wednesday for a few hours. So she will still see her mom. And
okay, well,
doesn't matter,
I will
dude.
say this again, like I say it every time I'm in court. We use app close. Ms. Harper is more than welcome to reach out to try to spend time with Graceland or pick up Graceland whenever she chooses. I am not a monster. I am just the other parent to a child. And if Ms. Harper wants to spend time with Graceland, she absolutely can. She just needs to communicate with me. She wants to do these things and actually do it within a reasonable time. And we
can the two
work
of you agree upon
out.
when the makeup parenting time will be, the 7 days?
What was that? I'm sorry.
The two of you agree upon when the 7 days of makeup parenting time will be. Keep it in mind, Grayson's best interests.
Yeah, we already agreed to the next 7 overnights.
Okay, but that's basically all mom's weekends, correct?
Yeah.
So mom will see Grayson just on Wednesdays for a couple of hours.
Correct. And any other time she wants to message me, I'm open. I'm always open, Your Honor.
Okay, so if the court adopts this recommendation, the father shall have the next 7 overnights, that will be the next 2 weekends, correct?
We do it every other weekend.
Okay.
So let me look at my calendar here. I would get her, which would be Friday the 1st and 2nd. That would be Mom's Week. And then November 15th and 16th would be Mom's Week. And then the 29th and 30th is Mom's Week. Those are the next 3 weekends.
Okay. And Mr. Sheeb, do you think you need to do all 3 weekends?
That's all the time I was denied, Your Honor. And quite frankly,
understand.
that was again the time I was supposed to spend on a vacation with my child.
Right?
So now
makes sense. That's the time that he was denied. It's the time that he deserves. Do you want to do all 3 weekends? Of course he wants to, you absolute dimwit.
now our time we're going to be spending is very limited because she's in school. But yes, I want all my makeup time back. It's my time with my child to enjoy.
Okay. So if you give makeup parenting time November 1st and 2nd, 15th and 16th, 28th and 30th, that's 6 days.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I forgot to look one more. 29th, 30th.
Nights. The next 6 overnights. So that will be November 1st and 2nd, 15th and 16th, 28th and 30th. And Mr. Pratt, if you can just change the recommendation, the court's just going to grant 6 days of makeup parenting time rather than 7.
Yes, sir.
So he's still losing,
all right,
losing time. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Guys, these judges, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, guys, we'll look at this last one, and then we'll switch gears. Here, let's see. Where is it?
Jobs. State of Texas is gonna look at 20 jobs.
When I got my 401k check, that was $10,000. I gave it to her.
You gave her, Mr. Tillman, you gave mama $10,000? Whole truth and nothing but
that was a
to help
mistake.
God?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, look at this knucklehead in the upper right. Right? Look at that.
Both can put your hands down. Sir, please state your first.
And then we have a partial agreement.
Okay. And Mr. Tillman, I need you to be in a quiet area. We're getting a lot of feedback from your end, okay? All right, counsel for the state.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Okay, I will call Ms. Espinosa. Please state your name, ma'am.
Tanya Espinosa.
Did you receive a copy of the state's petition this morning in your email?
Yes, I did.
Are you ready to proceed today?
Yes.
Let the record reflect that Tanya Espinosa was served with the state's pleadings and is ready to proceed.
Let the record reflect the young lady has been served and ready to proceed.
I'll pass this witness and call Mr. Tillman. Please state your name, Mr. Tillman.
Nicholas Tillman.
Mr. Tillman, did you receive a copy of the state's pleadings this morning via your email?
Yes.
Are you ready to proceed today?
Yes.
Let the record reflect that Nicholas Tillman was served with a copy of the state's petition via email and is ready to proceed.
Let the record reflect Mr. Tillman has been served and ready to proceed.
All right. So the agreed portions of this order is that there was an acknowledgement of paternity and Nicholas Tillman is the father of the child, the subject of this suit, that there is no family violence or non-disclosure, that mother will be sole managing conservator with a geographic restriction to Dallas and contiguous counties. The father will be the possessory conservator. Visitation of the child for 6 months ending the end of December 2024 is first and third Saturdays and Sundays of each month, supervised by the mother from noon until 6 p.m. And after that, beginning January 1st, 2025, it will be unsupervised in accordance with the standard possession order. There is 0 retroactive medical support, 0 retroactive dental support. Okay. And has there ever been any family violence between you and Mr. Tillman?
No, guys, there's
Is there
there's
any
a plot
reason
twist
why,
here.
for safety reasons, you would not want your information to be disclosed in a court order?
No.
Have you heard the agreement as I read on the record?
Yes.
Is that in fact your agreement?
Yes.
Is it in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
I will pass this witness and call Mr. Tillman. Please state your name, Mr. Tillman.
Nicholas Tillman.
And Mr. Tillman, and you agree you did sign acknowledgement of paternity, correct, for this child?
Yeah. Yes.
Has there ever been any family violence between you and Ms. Espinosa?
No.
Any reason why you would not want your information disclosed in a court order?
No.
Okay, did you hear the agreement as I stated on the record?
Yes.
Is that in fact your agreement?
Yes.
Is it in the best interest of your child?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Judge, I'll ask you to approve the agreement and then I'll proceed with the contested portion.
The court accepts the partial agreement. You may proceed.
Okay. Ms. Espinosa, I'm going to call you again. Do you agree with the state's calculation of current child support in the amount of $327 a month to be paid beginning July 1st, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have health insurance and dental insurance through your work for this child?
Yes, I do.
And is the cost of that insurance $359.80 just for the child's portion?
Yes.
And the dental insurance about
Right, that's
$60 beginning July 1st, 2024 for health insurance?
Yes.
And the $15 a month to be paid by father for dental insurance reimbursement beginning July 1st, 2024.
Yes.
Has Mr. Tillman ever provided any financial support for this child?
No.
Were you separated for the whole period of time beginning April 2020?
Yes.
And that's 4 years before this petition was filed, correct?
I don't care about this shit.
Okay.
You can hear
Do you agree
swearing.
with the state's calculation for retroactive child support in the amount of $9,957 as of today's date?
Yes.
Do you agree with the state's request that Mr. Tillman pay that back at $100 a month beginning July 1st, 2024?
Look at that.
Yes.
And do you acknowledge that that Mr. Tillman has 3 other minor children for which he has an obligation to support?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I will pass this witness and I will call Mr. Tillman. Okay, Mr. Tillman, state your name again.
Nicholas Tillman.
Mr. Tillman, do you understand that your income in the last 6 months averaged $2,892.66 a month?
No. No.
You don't agree that that's what your income averaged the
No.
past 6 months?
No.
Okay. You worked several different jobs, is that correct?
Yes, I did, but I'm paying.
So he makes like $1,000 a month or whatever, dude. Look at that.
I'm paying child support for 3 other kids.
3 other kids. Look at that.
But we're just talking about your income, sir, what you earned. As far as what you earned at all the jobs that you worked for the last 6 months.
So what are you saying that you earned for the last 6 months on average, sir? If her calculation is incorrect, what are you saying monthly before any taxes, anything is taken out? What are you saying your gross monthly is, sir?
That's about right. Yes. Yeah, that's about right, I guess.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Warren.
And you understand?
Wait 1 second. And for you not to have anyone assist you with your testimony, that young lady that's in the background, you're the witness. Only you.
He's got another chick with him, guys.
Yeah, I understand.
This is
Okay, and do you
Emperor
understand,
Nugnug on the phone.
That your child support is calculated according to guidelines, giving credit for what the state is requesting you to pay for health insurance and dental insurance and for 3 other children? Do you understand that's how it's calculated?
No, I don't understand how that's calculated.
Okay.
She's only asking you, do you understand they gave you credit for 3 other kids? You understand that, right?
Yeah, I understand that,
Okay.
but
and then
like-
wait, because you said you don't. I want to make sure you understand. So the law says give you credit for the 3 other kids. She did. So she asked you, do you understand that? Then she said she gave you your credit for medical and dental before calculating your final child support. That was her only question, sir. So you
Yes,
get
I understand.
all right. Now her next question, Ms. Warren.
And you understand we also gave you credit for what we are requesting you to reimburse for mother's health insurance and dental insurance for the child.
No.
You don't understand that you got credit for that when in the calculations?
No. No. But so you said I'm grossing $2,800 a month, but is that with the child support that I'm paying already taken out of that too, or
no,
it's
not? And she gets to ask you the questions, Mr. Tillman. You don't get to ask her any questions. So the law says they take in all your job. If you got 20 jobs, state of Texas is gonna look at 20 jobs. If you get bonuses, severance pay, whatever you get, any money that they report to Uncle Sam, meaning your employer, that's what child support is going to be based on. Then from there, Texas law gives credit for biological or adopted children legally that are under the age of 18 or still in high school. She's saying they've given you the credit for 3 others. Then the state of Texas also gives you a credit for medical and dental insurance and any union dues. Now,
He doesn't understand
rent, mortgage,
any of this.
stepchildren, you help your mom, your rent, your mortgage, gas, lights, none of that. It looks at all your income from all your jobs,
He's
gives you
cut.
credit for your children, and gives you credit for medical and dental and union dues. It's a mathematical calculation that is made up a certain formula, and you just plug in numbers in, and it comes up with that calculation. So now, Ms.
I don't
Warren,
understand.
going to go with the next question, and it's not a conversation, sir, but I wanted to specifically tell you what the law says in Texas of how you come up with the calculation so you'll have a better understanding. I appreciate you don't agree. Every day, all day, most people don't agree with the law, but we're not here to see if you agree with the law. We're here I am here to apply the law. Ms. Warren, next question.
Okay, sir, do you agree that to reimburse the health insurance at the 9% of your gross income of $260 a month to Ms. Espinosa?
No.
And why do you disagree with that?
Because I feel like this is too much. I can't.
I told you guys he's cooked. He's cooked. Sin, what's up, dude? He says 950, but I can do it in $2 dues. Thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate that. Man.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
Don Carlo, Austin's been screwed for a long time, dude. And then, but it was still a decent place. But then 2020, they defunded their police, and it's been freaking Thunderdome ever since.
What you won't even be able. I won't even be able to get that taken out my paycheck. From the other 3 that I'm paying, they barely can. They're not even taking the full amount from those.
Okay.
So I don't.
Okay, so you've expressed your disagreement. And so do you agree with paying $15 to Ms. Espinosa to reimburse her for the dental insurance for the child?
Yeah, I'll pay the $15 for the dental.
Okay. And have you supported the child beginning April 2020 till now? Have you given any money to the mother for support of this child? How much money have you given her?
Probably $2,000-$3,000.
Okay, and how did you give it
Want
to
to
her?
give him a time frame of when you're asking regarding when that money was given, Ms. Warren, so you have a better understanding of it?
I asked him from April 2020. I believe I did.
I don't think so, but
Okay.
maybe I missed it. So
Okay.
since April 2020 to present, you're saying you gave $2,000 to $3,000, Mr. Tillman?
Yeah, plus about when I got my 401k check, that was $10,000. I gave it to her.
You gave her
sorry.
10
Mr.
grand,
Tillman,
guys.
you gave mama $10,000?
Yes,
When? Month and year?
that was back in 2021.
Okay. What form did you give that to her in? Cash, Cash App,
Moron.
check.
It was
What,
directed into a bank account.
you deposit it into her bank account.
Did you give that to her, or did the Attorney General's office take that through a quadro?
No, they didn't take nothing. They took
Okay.
nothing. That was through.
Okay.
All right,
From
Mr. Tillman, it'll be asked of her. Go ahead, Ms. Warren.
So I'm going to pass him and recall Miss Espinosa.
Okay.
Guys, all
Miss
right.
Espinosa,
Guys, when they ask her if she got the money, what do you guys think she's gonna say? You guys think she's gonna be truthful? This guy is cooked. He's cooked. He's cooked, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that.
did Mr. Tillman ever give you that 10,000 that he testified he gave you?
He didn't give it to me. It was for himself.
No,
But we had a
wasn't.
joint account,
Wait,
and the money came to us.
Hold tight. He didn't give it to you. It was in a joint account.
Correct.
Did you use it?
Mm-mm. It was his.
Please, please. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
You used it.
Wait, Mr. Tillman. Wait. Were the two of you living together at the time that the 10,000 was deposited in the account?
No, we separated in December 2019.
And prior to that $10,000 being in that account, were you using funds out of the account?
Yes. To give them to himself.
No. Listen to my question. I asked you, prior to the $10,000 being deposited in the account, did you use any funds out of that account?
No.
When has that account been dissolved, or it still exists?
To my knowledge, it should be dissolved.
Since when?
I want to say maybe 2023.
Who dissolved it, ma'am?
I did.
Of course you did.
What took you so long?
Just kept it open.
Why?
She is spending all the money out of there. There you go, guys. There you go. You got caught. You knucklehead.
You wasn't using any money out of it. Why was your name still on it? Why you didn't close it earlier?
There was no funds, and it was on my previous employer. So then I changed jobs, and I just forgot about that account till recently.
So this is my question to you, Ms. Espinosa. If I told Mr. Tillman to go to the bank and get those statements, what will it show? Will it show that you haven't used one dime of that money since that $10,000 was placed in that account? Would it show that? Because I'm gonna tell you, that's what, if you tell me no, I'm gonna not have a retro judgment today, and I'm gonna have him to go to his bank to pull. I want to see when that 10,000 went in, and I want to see if you used it. So do you want to prolong the case, or do we want to get it resolved today? What would it show?
It would show there was transactions.
That you used some of that $10,000?
Look.
That's a long call.
Guys, they lie like a Persian rug. Look at that. She caught her. She caught her, dude. Look at that. Yeah, and Sin said right. You can't close it without both signatures. That's true. That is true, man. Look at that. Look at that.
Did you use it or not?
Like I said, I mean, that account was joint, and it was money that I was transferring.
Now she's stuttering more than me, guys. That's
Specifically asked you, did you use that money? You've told me no. If you tell me no again, and you can't recall that you used a dime of that money, if that's what you're telling me, okay. And then I'm gonna have Mr. Tillman to go to his bank, and we'll come back.
Ah, look at her leaning back in her chair. Look at that, guys. She's cooked. She knows she's cooked. This took a left turn. Look at this.
That's what you're telling me.
Look at this.
Okay.
Look at her demeanor
and then
now.
I'm gonna have Mr. Tillman to go to his bank, and we'll come back.
And guys, whoever made that chair is a master craftsman, dude. Seriously.
And we'll see if you used any of that $10,000. So I'm asking you, do you recall using any of it?
I'll say I used some.
Aha! 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 Look at that. Guys, it's a good thing that this judge chose to dig in there. Look at these, yeah, someone says the fact that the mom didn't get contempt of her basically lying is crazy. Yeah. Look at that.
Recollection coming back. So how much you think you used?
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Tillman, you're asking for 0 on retro. She doesn't recall how much. Any other questions, Ms. Warren?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. This is going to be the order of the court. You both won't like my ruling. I'm accustomed to that. Appeal my decision, and I'll tell you what you can do. I am going to order child support in an amount of $327, medical reimbursement $260, dental $15. There'll be a 0 retroactive child support judgment, and court costs assessed to the gentleman 60 days from today's
So he
date.
has to pay court costs.
One, I heard you, sir, state about the money's coming out your check and what can be taken and not. The state of Texas can take up to 50%. The rest you have to send in. If you need a modification on those other cases, you can apply and ask for the Attorney General's office to review those other child support judgments because maybe they're too high. But you need to also know if they're not too high and it needs to go up, they're going to ask for it to go up. Or you can file something yourself or hire your own private attorney. Now, for both of you, if you disagree with my ruling, appeal my decision. You would have to file it yourself or hire your own private attorney. You have 3 working days from today's date to do that. The Attorney General's office.
Guys, next week, we're going to watch this one. Look, dad's affair with daughter's coach leads to pregnancy. Ooh, look at that. You got caught. You got caught. Look at that, dude. He was shooting up the club with his daughter's coach. Oh, no. Look at that. No, guys. Let's switch gears here, guys. Let's switch gears like we always do.
That's the sound of the police.
And guys, we're just gonna look at one because it's getting kind of late. Where is it? 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 I had it up. Give me a second, guys. Where is it? Here it is.
Apparently.
Let's see. Let me change up the ambiance here. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream. I appreciate that, guys. Where are we?
A college kid wasn't able to hold her liquor and is now planted on the premises screaming around like she owns the place. Let's see how the officers handle this one.
So she's the one you're wanting to leave? Yeah. All right. You're gone, so let's get you a ride.
What the fuck is that? No.
Let's get you a ride.
Jesus, you better get a friggin' forklift, right?
Silly Jedi. Silly Jedi.
No.
Yes. Who's here with her?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're trespassed, so you're leaving. That's just the way that it is. You have to leave. You gotta leave. Who did she come in with? Anybody?
She said she drove by herself. She said she's from Inglewood.
Okay, but listen, you got to keep crying. Or you gonna grow up.
I'm gonna.
I don't.
Guys, this cop, guys, rate this cop, dude. This cop's the man, dude. like, guys, check this cop out.
Listen, I don't do well, but we deal with this stuff all summer. I'm not doing it. So can you calm down and go up for like 5 seconds? Do you want to go to jail or you want to go home?
I'm going home. Okay.
Then quit running your mouth.
Okay, but I can't go home. I'm not. Okay. I'm good. Bye.
You're not good. You're sitting on the asphalt crying because you have the inability to listen to directions. You're an adult, so let's act like it.
Okay, but
because I'm not going to deal with it. I'm the wrong one to get sitting here with this shit. We do it all summer.
Colin, dude, are you listening to this cop, dude?
Yeah, he ain't playing around.
This cop is not playing, dude. Guys, rate this cop on the power level, dude. Seriously.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!
I'm not doing it. And then I show up and you call me bitch and what the fuck ever else. So we got two options.
I'm good.
You're not good. Would you shut your mouth? I'm tired of hearing it.
It was never that serious.
It is. They asked you to leave. I'm here because you won't shut your mouth. And now you're sitting there, I'm good. You're not.
This cop is the man, dude. This cop is the man. Guys, don't we wish that all of these 5-0 and 304s encounters would just go like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No talking, no reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Just straight screaming and yelling at him.
Never that serious.
Holy shit.
Because, guys, you know what? If I was any type of law enforcement with these 304s, guys, I'd be like homeboy from Shawshank.
I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, you will all visit the infirmary. Every last motherfucker in here.
Bunch of adults that can't act right.
I'm not serious.
You want to go to jail? You want to go to jail?
God
You want to go to jail?
Call a ride right now.
Call a ride right now. Call a ride right now and you get to go home.
And we'll let you go. Just it's that easy. Just call. Get on
Right now. Call a ride. Get on the phone, quit talking, and get a ride.
Call a ride.
Right there. Holy shit.
And we're good. You get home safe. You get to go to bed. All right.
Call. Hand. Phone. Dial. Call. I need you.
Guys, I gotta clip that. Hand, phone, dial, call. This guy's the man, dude. He's the man.
Do that. Right there.
Right here.
It's right there.
Okay, are you?
Right here. Call
Oh
someone.
my
Take
God.
You need to go home.
Okay.
Hand,
right now,
phone, dial,
Adults
call.
do not monitor
We're not
themselves.
gonna do
This is
anything.
ridiculous.
You're just gonna get on the phone right now. Call a ride.
I get it.
30 minutes. You're gonna have a
Right
ride
now.
here.
Right now.
But are you going to allow? I didn't.
Holy fuck.
Okay. All right.
Call.
All right, bro. Hold on.
I'm not your bro either.
All right. Can I have 1 second?
I've given you like 3 minutes. You start having a questionnaire for like competency to come into this bar.
Hold on, please. Hold on. Because my phone is.
No one is talking to you. Quit talking to us and work on the phone.
I.
You're a police officer, correct? Following the situation? Yes.
My lady, I need that beer in my.
That's open container, so why?
Oh, look at that. Oops. Walking down the street with an open beer in front of a cop, you idiot.
You come over here and talk to me too.
You can absolutely take this, but you were a police officer helping the situation? Yes.
Yes.
You're not gonna.
Shut up. What is she? What, guys, what?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
What is this? What is this? Colin, who is this knucklehead? Who got involved?
I have no idea.
Who is this?
Please.
You're not gonna be well.
Come on. You got to call somebody.
Okay, it's
Robert
my
Union
phone.
46.
Is it broke?
Robert Union 4602.
No, you quit. I don't. Right.
It's not.
Oh, it's because you got your password wrong a couple times. I'm okay.
But do you know the number? Do you know a number? All right. Let me get the number. Go ahead.
Right now.
No, I'm ready.
Jesus. You guys know? Okay, here's my theory. I mean, dude, come on. This chick's a 1 on a good day, right? She has these Mickey Mouse tattoos, right? And she probably gets drunk and gets attention. You know what I'm saying? When she's stumbling around drunk is when she gets the attention she craves, right? So all the pretty girls have everyone focused on them anyways, right? But when she gets drunk and acts stupid, then all the guys, are you okay? And all the girls, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God. You know what I mean? That's the only way that she can become the quote unquote life of the party if she's a drunken moron. You know what I'm saying?
Like 927.
Yep.
We don't do that anymore. It's either she gets robbed or she goes to jail. We don't do the drunk take stuff.
Look at that.
Just give him the number so you can go home.
And you just give me a phone number.
She just wouldn't stop talking.
Fair enough.
Just hammered. Typical can't handle their alcohol type people.
Special green froggy drinks.
And so I just had enough. So these two are
special green froggy drink.
Two are trying to help.
Okay.
She doesn't know her she can't unlock her phone.
I just got Siri. I called her mom.
What's mom saying, or did
She didn't answer.
Of course she didn't.
Hey Siri.
She might like you more than me, but we got off on a bet.
Oh, it's her. It ain't her.
No, she is helping. We
had a lot of good souls that are helping.
Yeah, there's a lot. She's trying to calm her down and talk through to her.
You want to try to talk to her or no?
I mean, you can, but
Do you need anything out of her?
I have an idea. Dude, she don't even know where she's at.
What's her brother's name?
Nick.
Goodness me. I'm going to pull my car back here since I got the dog in it. And there's a bunch of drunk people out there probably tapping on the glass.
After 20 minutes of no progress, the officers finally get a hold of a family member that could come pick her up. Unfortunately for her, the officer's patience is reaching an end, so if she continues acting like an immature child, that just might not be an option anymore.
Hey, so her brother's on her phone, but he's an hour out.
Yeah, we ain't sitting an hour, I can promise you that.
Okay, what is this chick with the white shorts wearing? What? Seriously?
No. If she wants to get checked out, she just got a little skin here, but that's up to thee. What the hell did I do? I'm just standing here.
You should be happy right
now.
You do realize that we're...
Colin, if a guy would get this trashed in public, right? Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look at the gun on this chick, right?
You do realize that we're giving you like 10 more miles worth of room than we would anybody else. We are trying.
First of all, you can't give me no way. I'm not driving. You can't.
Not a literal 10 miles on the road. I'm giving you a lot of leeway that I would not give anybody else. I ask one time and that's it.
I'm sorry, I can't deal with
Get
it.
trespassed and go to jail.
Because if I take you to jail for disorderly conduct, we're going to press the issue of you slapping a bartender too.
Oh, she slapped the bartender.
Is that bartender good? Like, does she want something done? It's a he. He, I'm sorry, you said that already.
He's fine.
You sure?
See, there it is, guys. And the bartender, it didn't press charges. Clown World.
Okay.
He deserves it.
Let's go. Let's.
Yeah, he's saying.
Yeah, your brother's saying go to the hospital.
Okay.
Listen, if we were the mean one,
What do I look like?
drunk.
Absolutely hammered.
Cooked.
Your whole goose is cooked. It's bad.
Why are you talking to man?
I understand.
Let him take you to the hospital.
Why are you flipping us off, man? We're keeping you out of jail.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, dude. Let's get back, guys.
What are you guys gonna do?
No, we're not even gonna be
You're gonna go. We're not going with you.
They're gonna transport you down there. See,
Why are you gotta act? God bless, man.
you know it takes less energy to smile than it does to frown. Just turn that frown upside down.
Like they're talking to a 4-year-old.
Yes.
I promise you would be disappointed with yourself if you watch this tomorrow.
Jesus, look at that.
He's gonna pick you up at the damn hospital.
He's.
What?
Get up. I'm done.
No.
I'm done. Nope.
Nah. Let's go.
Nope. I'm so done with this. It's stupid.
No, listen.
Come on. Roll over. Thank you. I'm done. I'm so done.
Stop.
She's going to jail. Nope, we tried. We tried for 20 minutes. Yeah, she's going to jail. I've had enough.
Hold still.
Logan County Jail.
Okay, can I go home tomorrow?
No, hell no, you ain't calling nobody. I tried that for the last 20 minutes. Come on. Come on. You got to help me out. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Walk. Other side.
Why? Can I please go out tomorrow?
No.
Why?
L36.
Can I please go out tomorrow?
I hope that they reinforce the suspension on this thing.
One female, 21.
Please, can I go out tomorrow?
Stop. Get in.
Watch your head.
Get in. Come on.
I don't care. Can I go out tomorrow? I don't care.
Come on. Get in there, please.
Tomorrow. Can I go out tomorrow?
I need you.
No.
You got to get in.
There's 2 ways.
Get in and get. Come on.
Okay, there's 2
Get
ways.
in.
You can
Get
get
in.
yourself, or I can shove you.
Okay, listen.
I need you to
Get in. Get in.
Okay, listen.
Get in.
You just
Listen,
said.
Get in.
Listen. Can I
Come on.
please
No.
go home tomorrow?
No.
Please.
Get in, please. For the love of God.
Get in there.
Come on.
Please.
Come on.
This is gonna
Get in there.
listen.
Come on. Get in, please. Get in. I ain't listening no more. Get in.
I just told you.
Come on.
I just told you.
Get in.
Can I please go out tomorrow?
This is ridiculous.
Well, this is going to be a hard seat for her.
No, it's not.
I got the smallest seat there is.
It can literally
Go get your phone.
No, literally.
Stop.
When I
Stop.
literally
Stop.
can I
No.
literally no.
And he says we're leaving the house about the time the 911 call came.
I tell you.
They're okay. They're not home right now.
Come on. God bless it.
Accidental dial, he said.
Dumbass.
Okay, good one.
Just sit down.
Won't be clear from here around.
Sit the fuck down. I'm done.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I love you, lawsuit.
Want me to grab both her legs?
Dumbass.
How is there a lawsuit? I just need you to quit. For the love of God, all you have to do is walk.
Dumbass.
Stop it. Come on.
Ridiculous.
What a mess.
That's fine. A little bit. I got it.
I gotta get.
Stop before you get yourself. I don't want you to bang your head.
No, he did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Dumbass.
I don't want you to hit your head.
Dumbass. Oh, yeah.
God bless.
Stop.
Yeah.
This is crazy. You're gonna watch this. Listen, you're gonna watch this in
There go the tears, guys, right there. Right? Come on. Absolutely insane.
Ma'am, come on. Unbuckle that so we can slide her across. Come on. I'm gonna lift her towards you. Ready? Yep. Damn it, stop it. Oh, we trying. She wants us to dead weight her.
The only issue I have is
and that's a lot of weight to dead.
get cleared by an ambulance. You know what I mean? Because if she sits there and in the back of my cruiser,
she's just hammered. I mean,
I don't know how much she's drinking. The point is, she got alcohol poisoning.
Jail will figure that out and send her out if we have to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's not alcohol poisoning. That's just drunk.
Okay. Marissa, I need you to get up, okay?
Cut my
Stand
hand
up.
up too. Come on.
Don't make me get up.
Come on.
Marissa,
Come on, Marissa. We tried. We tried with you.
Yeah, yeah. I tried with you too.
2, 3. Marissa. Come on, Marissa. 1, 2, 3. Come on. You're going to hurt yourself, and I'm trying not to hurt your wrist. Come on. Please.
Watch.
I hope you brought your lifting belts.
At this point, the only way to get her into the car is calling for more backup. It'd be a lot easier if she would just pull herself together. But when does that ever happen?
We're having trouble getting her in a car. Send us another one just so we can do it safely. I'd appreciate it.
Now, guys, watch you ask for backup to help get her in the car, and the ponytail patrol shows up. 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, right?
You want to revive that?
Come on, Marissa. Are you done throwing a fit?
This is ridiculous.
Marissa, stop! Marissa, we don't want to.
Guys, look at this. Okay, so I was going to do a video on this. Look at this, guys. Colin, you ready for this? This girl says, "Dear Abby, I dated a colleague when I was 22, but broke it off because I couldn't deal with the fact that he was several inches shorter than me. I didn't tell him why. I said, it's not me, it's you, okay? You guys clear on that? I am now in my 60s. I've had a very successful career, never married, and see online that he's become a very distinguished researcher. Look at that. So now she's an old cat lady who had her career, and he's some 60-year-olds, older, accomplished silver fox, right? Yeah. And she's stalking him on Facebook, and now she wants to talk to the guy. Look at that. In his online picture, he looks like a sweet older man now, and I would give anything to reconnect with him. Would this be foolish? Was I too insensitive at 22 to understand that I likely hurt him? Do you think that he would forgive me? He lives far away, so an in-person meeting's out of the question. Would an email be okay? He's in his early 70s and not married. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, this is everything we say about these divorced, delusional broads that break up with their husbands for no good reason. These girls that'll have a perfectly decent guy and they're at 20s break up with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that. At 22, you weren't sensitive. You were shallow. Look at this from the man's perspective. Was he supposed to think that when he receives an email 40 years after a colleague dumping him who's saying does not mean it's you. Wait. So remember, as successful as he is, he's not taller. My advice is leave him alone. Look at that. The fact that this person has to ask this is insane. You curbed this guy, what, 40 years ago? Look at that, guys. I've had my exes from back in the day contact me too. You know what I'm saying, guys? If it hasn't happened to you yet, it certainly will. Right, Colin, right when you hit about 38, 30, 39, then all of them start coming out of the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Insane. Okay. Now let's see if they get Big Betty in the car here.
No.
Sin says new word drop. This is going to be a hard C for her. Thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate that.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
No, Tom. So what happens, guys? And guys, so put a 1 in the chat if this has happened to you. Guys, they always hit you up on Facebook. Right? Even if you haven't used your Facebook page in forever. You always get a message from them. Hey, how you doing? Or hey, blah. What are you doing? You know?
We're just trying to get her in here without absolutely destroying her limbs. She's just crying because she's hammered. She hasn't done anything other than just disorderly, so we're trying not to take her. Oh, I'm taking her. Is she in cuffs? Yeah, she's in cuffs. We're just trying to we're trying to get her in here. She won't. She's hefty. We can't get her in mine. We're trying to pull her through. Marissa! Hey, grab her.
What a mess.
Stop it.
Jesus.
We're getting there. I'll leave the door shut. Oh my God. We gave her every opportunity, every chance. She just won't fit in that one.
He said, yeah. She just won't fit.
Nice and easy. Marissa, lift your feet up.
Finally, the nightmare is over. It took a whopping 3 officers to get one quote-unquote hefty person into the back of a police squad. Next time, I'd say just get a forklift and be done with it.
You hear what he said? You hear what he said? He said get a forklift and be done with it. Look at that. Now, hold on.
I like this. I haven't talked to anybody. I like that.
I think we've seen this one. But. All right, so guys, I'm going to shut this bad boy down, guys. Thanks for being here. I started a little late, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, tomorrow I'll be live 51304 on that channel. Guys, Sunday is the rise of Christian feminism, dude. Guys, let me know in the Discord and send in the asteroid thread if you want to be on the panel. I'd appreciate, guys, to have a bunch of guys on the panel from the jump, guys. So please, please, please. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Mormon, or whatever, guys. You try and jump on the panel. So, all right, you guys. Appreciate you. Catch you in the next one.
Have a good one.
Bye, Colin.